Hello, you guys. What is going on, you guys? What is going on, you guys? Who is this texting me this late? Let me see who's up because I just kind of came out on a whim. Am I on? Okay, I see one person. I was getting ready to say, am I on? Because it's taking a long time for people to start getting the notifications. I didn't know if my chat was on. You know how I get? Like, I start, like, as soon as I get on here, like I start getting sleepy. But I'm not sleepy. I'm not. I'm actually all energetic. I was looking at I was so happy. I just happened to walk out to my car and I saw where they had left a package for me. I ordered me a black dress and I got to go to a dinner party tomorrow and they had requested either you wear black or blue. I was like, well, I got some blue, but I don't want to wear no blue. I don't want to wear the blue I got. So I was so happy that I got my cute little baby doll dress today, my little black dress, and I could dress it. I could dress it up and put some heels on with it. So I was like, thank God. Now my hair, that's gonna be something different. That's gonna be something different because I need a wig, y'all. That's what I need. I need a wig. I be talking so that when my hair is not done, I could just throw a wig on so that I won't have to do it. My hair is so thick. I be when I take my braids out, when I take my extensions out, okay. And I never like when I take my extensions out and I go to braids. I never like to throw my weave away, child. I keeps it all because it's real. It lasts for a long time. So I'm going. My friend makes wigs, and I supposed to have been got me a wig, but I be talking about people with wigs so bad, child. I be talking about when I get mad at them, I sure be throwing shade at their wigs and stuff. But I'm gonna do something with my hair tomorrow. Cypress in here? Yeah, Cypress in here. What is going on, you guys? I was like, let's do some late night lurking and let's gossip. We talked about everything earlier today, though. I did those shrimp boats, the lettuce, the romaine lettuce, and I took. I didn't get a chance to grill it, so I sautéed the shrimp, put it in the lettuce boats, put the avocado in it, avocado, tomatoes, onions, um, and put some sour cream on top of it, and lime juice. Oh, Lord, it was so freaking good. Of course, it was healthy, but I guess I gotta redeem myself. Maybe early in the morning I get on the treadmill because I ate a brownie today. I will, right? Oh my God, Rachel! Yeah, you know what, Rachel? I will. I was looking at April's picture, and I was like, I told my mom, I said, I think that's Rachel. And she said, send it, snap, do a screenshot and send it to me. Cause it had been so long since I see you, like since I was a little girl. And when she looked at it, she said, "Yes, that is Rachel. I definitely will. It was good seeing you again. You still look the same as I remembered you, too. You still look exactly the same." Rachel, are you living in Memphis? Yeah, I know they dropped the charges against Lil Tim. You know, hey, I hate that happened to Von, but do y'all think that they was right? And oh, you're in Texas, okay, okay. You know what? When people started leaving Memphis, because I almost did it, they started moving to Dallas, and I remember like the Dallas Police Department was I come to, okay. Well, the next time you come to Memphis, we're gonna have to, go have drinks or something like that. The Dallas Police Department was heavily recruited. They would come and try to get all the Memphis um, police personnel, and was getting them because they was starting off with a lot more money. You said that show earlier should have went viral. I'm gonna tell Miss Kitty was crying. Mi- Lord Jesus, I love Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty was crying like every 15 minutes, wasn't she? I know she was every 10 to 15 minutes. She would cry, then she would cuss, and then she would cry again. I was like, I think she crying every 10 to 15 minutes. It sure should have went viral. Lord have mercy. Oh, Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty said she's tired. She's scared. She started crying. She said she's scared that there aren't gonna be any men left. She said, "Are there gonna be any men left to fight the war?" I said, "What?" She said, "I just don't. I just wanted to be some men left. Are y'all gonna be left? Is it gonna be enough of y'all to fight the war?" I said, "Oh Lord, Miss Kitty, I didn't even know we was getting ready to go into a war." Miss T, you can come live in my town. It's not that big. I think you. What's the name of your town, Teresa? Because I love small towns. She said they killing all the men, and there ain't gonna be no men left. I don't want to be gay. Uh, Hutto, Texas. Is that down by Houston or is that by Dallas, Teresa? I have to look at the economy. I like going places where it's easy. You can make a lot of money. There's this city in Alabama. I promise. I'm working. Daddy Bear Block Party says little boys are born every day. That will be. I know it. I think forget it, Miss Kitty. Forget that babies are born every day. I love a maybe. You know what? I used to always want to live. Don't laugh. I used to always want to live in a town like y'all remember Mama's Family. That was my favorite sitcom. And I used to always want to live in like a Ray town, like that. Like 15 minutes northeast of Austin. Okay. I've heard a lot of good things about Austin, Texas. I heard that It's a lot of money in Austin, and they flourish. A lot of people from Memphis was going to Austin and going to their dispatchers was going to their police department because Austin Police Department, you don't have to pay for insurance. They pay for the insurance 100%, the city, and they said it's good insurance. I think Miss Kitty is going through a little something. I think your show. Yeah. I called, you know what? She asked me to call her, and she was shocked that I called her. When I called, she reached out to me on social media and said, "Miss Tam, can you call me?" So I called her. I was sitting still at that moment. I called her, and I called her. I said, "Miss Kitty." She said, "Who is this?" I said, "Miss Kitty, you just asked me to call you. This Tamara." She said, "Oh my God, this is Tamara." Oh my God, she started boohooing and crying. I said, "Lord." I said, "Miss Kitty, why you crying?" "Because I just never believed you would have called me." I said, "Oh Lord." Roberta says Stephen cracked me up when she interrupted him. I know. They need dispatch so bad in Austin. I'm telling you, I love Miss Kitty though. Miss Kitty is what you see is what you get with Miss Kitty. It ain't no antics, it ain't no show, no nothing. That's Miss Kitty. You see, she started crying when she was trying to hear when we was on. She was mad at her family in the background. She started crying. She said, "It means a lot to me to be able to hear." I said, "Oh Lord." So she cried with them. Okay. She wanted to hear. They was talking too loud. I said, "She don't just cry with us. She cried with her family too." She started crying when she couldn't hear. I love her too. I love me some Miss Kitty. What you see is what you get with Miss Kitty. She ain't faking. She ain't putting on no show. That is Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty probably asleep now. She commented. I saw what she had commented not too long ago, but she probably asleep now. The panel was very patient on the last show. The chat, on other hand, was running low. Sometimes I be trying not to look at the chat because the chat have me rolling. I'm telling you. If I look at that chat, because some when people come in here and they trolling a little bit, the chat be having edit. um, Lord have mercy. I'm telling you that chat this chat be off of the chain. That's the reason why when I go, okay, well, I know the trolls be looking all the time. They gotta know when they finally get the nerve up to come in here and start trolling. The chat gon' serve them. They're gonna chew them up and spit them out. Demon said, "I don't have it in me to pacify caught grown folks." Sherrod says, "When I see the numbers in the chat, that means somebody is doing too much." Oh, that's what that means. That somebody is doing too much when they start putting numbers in the chat. Pumpkin Pooh says, "I love those kind of people. Genuine, humble. That's me. It seems she's the same all the time, and that's the beauty. Yeah, she is the exact same every single time. Every single time." I had to let one guy know two prettiest family. Yeah, two Miss Kitty family. Miss T, there's a lot of professional gentlemen here too. Oh, is it? It's a lot of professional gentlemen in here? Well, they need to let us know what their profession is. Cypress TV said, "At DCAT Daddy pacify and coddle me." I'm telling Demon turned that camera on, and Cypress been in love ever since. I told y'all she was pretty. Roberta said, "Yeah, we got good men in the chat." S. Esherai said, "Hey, Miss T, mods, and chat. Joy loves God. Yeah, real respectful men. We got a lot of patient men in here. Shout out to them because I be seeing a lot of the men in the chat and stuff, and they are very patient. They're very patient with us because y'all know how we are. 1 minute we cussing, the next minute, like Cypress say, we praying. Uh, the next minute we trying to ask. Y'all know how we do it. We don't be meaning no harm though. So shout out to the men for being patient with us in here. Oh, that's right. She said, Cypress in love with Vanessa Tam's friend. Hey, April. Is that my cousin April or no? Because my friends and my family kind of been popping up in the chat. I appreciate that. Player Cohen Cypress, very patient. That Steven dude think it's his way or no way or the highway troll. Thaddeus Bear says, Cypress, red bones are my weakness. Thaddeus Bear said red bones is his. Oh, Rachel says that's not April. Oh, okay, April, Chicago town. Okay. Because normally, sometimes my cousin April be popping up in here. A lot of times she do. Hmm. Cypress said Teddy Bear block party nephew. Hmm. Y'all, I went and bought me a lot of alkaline water. I love buying alkaline water bottles. The big ones, like the liter, um what's this? A liter and a half. Yep, a liter and a half. And then basically it'll take care of your water intake for the day. I promise you. I had to start buying alkaline water consistently, and I'm so happy because I was buying it from out of Walmart and it is so expensive. But then I started going to go to the dollar store and you can get the liter and a half, go to Big Lots and all those stores and it's way cheaper. And what I do is I just stock up. I see it for like $1 and I get it's alkaline water because when I was buying that Kroger water, y'all, I was consistently drinking water and I was not peeing. I don't because it has so much sodium in it, and I cannot drink that Nestle water. That Nestle water has so much sodium in it that it would swell you up. So I couldn't. So I'm be so happy to find alkaline water. When I see the liter and a half, the real big bottles for $1, I clean the shelf out. Alkaline water with lemon mint. Ooh, and I've been buying me some mint plants. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm so creepy and weird. I be loving it when I and I be buying the aloe vera plants. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I used to talk to this guy. This was like a couple years ago. He came to my house, right? He came to my house to look at. We was looking at a movie, and he had like some little bumps, like a few little bumps, like on his forehead. And he was like, I don't know why I broke out. And I was like, well, I got at the time I was still getting the aloe vera plants. So I was like, well, I got an aloe vera plant. I was so happy. I ran over there and cut off a piece of my aloe vera plant and put some of that aloe vera on his forehead. And so he called me back like the next day. He was like, guess what? I said, what? He said, them bumps is gone. I said, I told you. And so then he gonna say, can you cut off another piece of that aloe vera plant and give it to me? I said, oh, you can't come back to my house no more. And for some reason it turned me off. Oh Lord Jesus, I don't know why I'm so something else to add to your homes. I know, y'all. I want to grow. I want to have a lemon tree. I want a lemon tree. The Sunny is my first choice. Ozarka second choice. I don't drink any other water. I like diamond water. I like um oh, my favorite is oh god, that Alaskan water. I Miss T, I wonder what you said to get Van to pop out. Cypress, you know what you're doing when you turn on that camera looking down in that chat. I don't know what I did to get Van to pop out, but somebody told me Van was a hacker, so I went on ahead and blocked him. Now, it kind of makes sense. I think somebody sent him over here because yesterday when we was talking about Black Youngster's brother, it was a lot of people in the chat, and for some reason, we know it's a lot of sicko vloggers on here that get jealous, even though it was just 7,000 people. And you know how they are. They crabs in a barrel mentality. I think they sent him over here to hack me because I blocked him, and it knocked him down. And then he came right back up. It shocked me because I was questioning myself. I was like, did I not just block him? I questioned myself. I was like, did I not do it right? Because he was back up in like 30 seconds. I said, oh, hell no. I know he a hacker. Now I blocked him. So I blocked that page. Yes, it does. It makes you consistently go to the restroom. I love it. You got that right, Hero Fix TV. I had a lemon tree until my husband tied my dog to it. Wasn't real thick but tall. Oh. Hmm. And he always changes the right. He always changes the topic. Yeah, I'm supposed to be going to Hot Springs, Arkansas for a couple days. I never thought I would be happy to go anywhere in Arkansas. Okay, because I be doing work over there in Arkansas. I don't mean no harm. I have a lot of what's the name of they use for people that live in Arkansas? Is it Arkansasans? I want to say it right. Arkansasans. Let me see. Arkan Arkansans. Okay, Arkansans. That's what they call them, Arkansans. I never thought I would be happy to because Arkansas ain't. Y'all already know Arkansas is the neighboring state to really Mississippi and Tennessee. And but I never but I've been through hot springs. And when I was looking at it, I was like, Hot Springs has a back in the day they had a lot of black girls to go missing. But I'm just going for 2 days to chill. It's raining like cats and dogs in Las Vegas. We're gonna finish the book. Let's finish the book. What's the day? Sunday. I have an engagement. Let's finish it Monday. Y'all make sure y'all pray with me that I can get OJ Simpson to come on. I saw on another page that they know who killed Black youngster brother, and it was one of his own. Well, they know what happened, but I'm going to let the news put it out. Um, they know who did it. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Mm. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. I thought everybody would be asleep tonight this late while I'm up lurking. Ooh, let me see. Uh, yeah. But what I was going to say is like Arkansas. You know what? We used to laugh at people when they would say when they lived in Memphis and they was like, "I'm going out of town. Where you going? Mississippi, Arkansas." I was like, "Oh Lord," because that's no like that like that's nowhere. Um, I hear about as good as to be expected. Switch B said he trying to hear that Memphis tea. It's like we all on three-way. I know, right? Um, DK Daddy says one thing for sure: we don't troll people in death over here. That's not the energy we want. Absolutely. Daddy Bear says I heard he had three brothers get killed. Yeah, three of his brothers. All three. Yeah, it was four of them. All three of them. Well, three of them are gone now. Fayette County. Memphis, are you in Fayette County? Fayette County, when all the storms and stuff come, Fayette County always affected real, real bad. Yeah, like Cali to Nevada, but Arkansas is closer. Like West Memphis, Arkansas, it's like right over the bridge from Memphis. Like West Memphis, Arkansas, and Memphis, like, yeah. West Memphis, Arkansas is about 5 minutes from Memphis. South Haven, Mississippi is 5 minutes from Memphis. I'm sorry to hear that, Roberta, about you being down to four brothers. Oh yes, the Bratz baby is so freaking cute. I was wondering about that. I wonder if the baby is gonna call both of them mom. The baby looks more like Judy. So I wonder if they use Judy's egg and Brat just carried the baby. Because the baby looks like Judy to me. He said Nino Brown had me cracking up about them. Nevada to California state line is like 30 minutes from the strip. Oh, okay. Okay. I noticed the baby look more like Judy. Now, um if they ever get divorced, that's gonna be a complicated situation because I wonder with the baby being Judy's egg, will she get the baby? Because it's really her baby. It's like Brat was the surrogate. Oh wow. When I looked at that baby, I said that baby looks just like Judy. So Brat carried the baby, which means the baby is really Judy's. I like Judy's hustle and everything, but she's a hustler. And I think Lisa Ray didn't care for her in the beginning because she saw something that Brad didn't see. Hey, DJ Robs. Yeah, they claim Judy had health issues and couldn't carry. Okay. I hope so too. Because if Judy couldn't carry it, then Brad should have used her eggs. She a woman. This is just my analysis of it. I believe the Brad is sincere. But I just kind of see with Judy, I just kind of look at it as a opportunity for her. And even though that I know she has some money, but she has her stock has gone up since she married the Brad. Let's be real. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn this air off because I'm cold. All my boxes, my clothes and stuff came. Hold on. Whew. Y'all, I love buying Victoria's Secret little blankets. I love them so much. They're so soft and Juicy Couture has some really warm, nice little throw blankets when you chilly. They're not rough, they're just really soft and nice. My friend had a baby 5 was 5 years ago, and she told me tonight he's in his size 6 months pajamas 5 months ago. My grandbaby, y'all, is 10 months, and her little fat belly, like all of her 18-month clothes, is too little. So I went shopping and got her some more stuff. A lot of the stuff that I got her for her baby shower, I always did that. I bought her like 12-month old stuff, and I bought her 24-month stuff. So I went and bought her some more 24-month stuff. I went to TJ Maxx, and I went to Burlington, and I found her a lot of, because the stuff there is very reasonable. And I found her a lot of stuff. And I was like, I think I could just let that be her Christmas gifts. I've been looking for her little butt another some I've been looking for her some more stuff, because she gonna have to, like, little toys that she could push so that she could stand behind it and push. That's what's gonna help her to walk. But I need to get her some hard bottoms. Her mama not even thinking about that, because I be looking at her little feet when she's standing up, and her little toes and stuff. She don't even like to stand up like that. You know what I mean? Her little feet are so, oh my God. I was like, Lord, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I'm so used to, like, when she lay down, she put her feet up to my face for me to kiss her feet and put her feet in my mouth and stuff. And I was like, she getting bigger. I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I'm not gonna be able to put her feet in my mouth anymore once she started walking and stuff. So I gotta get her some hard bottoms. Hero Fix TV says, I used to buy dope and from the brat and 35 years ago. Really? The brat sold dope 35 years ago. Wow. Brat seems to be a little immature for her age. She just talk like she's off. Sherry Shepherd went through something similar with her ex-husband. Yeah, you could tell Judy is seasoned, and Judy is about getting the money. Okay. You're right. The brat seems a little immature. Judy knows how to think circles around her. You could tell. Judy is very hard. I look at Judy's eyes, okay, and I know that she's hard. Brat is talented but complicit. Judy pushes her to do more. When we were babies, that's the only kind of shoes we had. High tops. I know. I really, I hope I can find those bells. Because that's what we would get my babies. And I can only imagine how much those hard bottoms cost, because 20 some years ago when we bought hard bottoms for my kids, they were 60 something dollars. Child, that was, at least, my youngest daughter is 22. I'm ready to see how much are babies hard bottoms now. What was they called, y'all? Were they Buster? What's the name of them? And you had to get the good ones. Um, I forgot the name of the good ones, because my grandma, the Buster Browns. Yeah, my grandma would not let me buy anything with Buster Browns, because she was like, those were the good ones. Buster Brown, Stride Right. I believe Stride Right too. Y'all, I know this couldn't be right, because they $19. Those couldn't be the good ones. Not being $19. Let's see. Y'all, maybe they don't went down. I mean, even the Buster Browns is $19. Time done brought on a change. The good ones have the wooden heels, right? I wonder if these ones got the wooden heels. I'm gonna have to go into the store. You know what? You have to make sure because they be looking like they're wooden heels. I'm gonna have to just go into the store and buy them to make sure, and not order them. Jackson Shoe Store in Memphis. Is it still open? Oh, we just talk about everything tonight. We're just talking about everything. What do you all want to talk about? We could talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. I wonder if Jackson's is still open. Oh, I'm gonna have to go out there. Y'all, guess what? She was trying so long to get. She was trying so long to get PG and couldn't, so she moved to Mexico and went that IFT treatment. Oh, was it? I wonder if Paper Route Rogers got that on his page. Hold on, cause he normally do. Were you out there, Memphis? Paper Route Rogers hadn't put it up yet. I always got my daughter stride right with uh ankle support. Okay. Well, she was blessed, Teresa. That's great. I'm happy that the give Me too. I'm happy that the giveaway was successful and there was no shootings and no problems or nothing like that. So that was awesome. Oh, I agree. They didn't have hard bottoms. I did. I hated the Vaseline, but I love Vaseline now. A lot of times I'll take some Vaseline and mix it with some lotion. Roberta said Vaseline was the shit back in the day. I'm telling you, it still is. We used to grease our lips up with it and everything, child. Put on some lipstick, take a little Vaseline, child. Vaseline did it all. Snoop Bands and Paper Route Rule posted on TikTok. The giveaway key lock was there. I know this. Rest in peace, Young Dog. Said last night when he was in the chat. Please describe what your channel is about. Um, you know what? We just talk about everything. Whatever. We talk about any and everything, a plethora of topics, just like any other YouTuber. So, what made you ask me that, Ace? What made you ask me that, Ace? Van, is that you? Oh, okay. Is there anything in particular that you would like to talk about, Ace? I hear you, Miss Diane is out painting the town. Yeah, that's a YouTube link. Cypress must have went to sleep. Um, get her the Rothschild coats. But things have changed since there. I know. I'm happy though to be able to get her toys. But you know what? I noticed even like when she playing with stuff now, it don't hold her interest long. She be wanting if she's sitting with me, she want to be on my computer. And we got her a little play computer, for a little play tablet for her to play on. and she'll look at it and play for a minute, and she'll throw it to the side, and then she want to be right back trying to get on my computer. Okay, Tam, I tried to ask you a question on the live stream earlier. I just wanted to know your opinion about Judge Joe Brown's mayoral race. I've never heard of the name. You said might be okay for mayor. Judge Joe Brown, I think Judge Joe Brown will help to restore order. I do. But, you know, I think I don't know if they're gonna vote for him because he's very outspoken. And they had like some months back, they had like this debate, and they asked him about the women that was running, and he said no woman could be mayor, she'll get raped. And like all of the women was floored. Like they was not feeling that at all. And he's very outspoken and vocal about, you know, the LGBTQ community. So I don't think they like that too much. The LGBTQ community, whatever his opinion is. What's going on, Dima?
Hey, nothing much, girl. Just coming up here for a hot minute. hmm
He said
Hot minute.
Larry Elder. I don't know who is Larry Elder. So do you think that charges should have been dropped against Latin?
I'm gonna give you my honest opinion, and I'm kind of curious why uh, ATL didn't make that announcement. Uh, any other time, King Von's family, his sister or his cousin, out on the internet trolling or saying something, they didn't even say anything. Because I think had uh, Tim charges not been dropped and it went on and went to trial or whatever, they'd at least said something. But his family didn't even make that announcement. And as far as the charges getting dropped, I think it was just too many moving pieces. You had off-duty cops out there shooting. Tim shot. It's a stand your ground state, and I think that part of that law says that if you see someone life is in danger, you have the right to protect them. So, I don't know how they spun it. I don't know if they spun it like Tim was his part of his security team and he was protecting him, or just simply that he felt like their life was in danger because remember, King Von was in a group of guys coming towards them to fight, right? So they don't know out of that group who had poles and who didn't. It was too many of them up against one person. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Because Quando initially, I think during the whole thing was the only one getting jumped on, right? So when you got
right,
a group of 20 dudes coming at you, out of that 20, you don't know who's got poles. Quando didn't know that they were told to leave their poles behind, that they couldn't bring them in the club. So I think, I honestly just kind of feel like, yeah, if he didn't get charged with the murder, I think that he was a felon. So I don't know if they went on ahead and charged him with a felon being in possession of a gun. You know what I mean? So I think he did face some kind of gun charge or something.
mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's a stand your ground state. And see, that's what people have to be careful when you go into these stand your ground states and think you just gonna pop off on somebody and knuckle their head up, and they don't protect themselves. Cause see, if they figure if you're gonna hit me, I don't know, you might just pull out something and shoot me too, right?
Right.
So,
T.
in my opinion, I mean, I don't blame Tim for what he did. He was protecting his friend, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
anybody should do if you're with the bag, so to speak, as they call them, the bag, Quando being the bag, uh, or just, that's your partner off the strength of that, y'all having that bond and that friendship. And yeah, he did what he was supposed to do, protect his friend.
They said Vaughn was shot 7 times. Tim didn't shoot him that many times.
Yeah, I don't know if
Who put
Tim,
his picture out? Who put that picture of him laying up there cold and dead like that out?
it had to be somebody that worked in the coroner's office, right? So
Mm.
somebody that had access to that area, 9 times out of 10, was somebody that worked for that hospital. What was he taken to Grady Hospital?
Somewhere in Atlanta.
Yeah, I thought it was Grady Hospital, but of course, it was somebody that worked in the hospital, right? So they're gonna do what they do. That was the humiliation.
And it's sad because just looking at him laying on that table looked like he had been laying there. It looked like he had been dead for a long time, didn't it? Tim just bonded out. That was it. Yeah, I don't think that Tim and them wanted to do that to Vaughn. I didn't. I do believe that they was caught off guard and they didn't know what was going on. I really do. I could
Yeah.
tell that Quando was messed up about it. I do believe that. When people say, "Well, um, what's the guy's name that Quando assigned to?" Young boy.
Uh,
When they say young boy was throwing
young
shots,
boy.
but young boy probably didn't care. But because it happened with Quando and them, I do believe that Quando cared.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this, Tam. When you got multiple shooters out there, and then you had off-duty police officers, anytime they don't announce whose bullet actually killed Vaughn, it's something to it, right? Because
Yeah.
there was an autopsy done, so of course they're gonna go in and match the slugs with the actual weapons that were on the scene, um, and it could be quite possible that the actual slug that was the deadly slug is probably didn't come from Tim's gun. So you can't charge Tim with murder if his shot was not the kill shot, right? What if the shot that killed uh, Vaughn came from one of the off-duty police officers? So I think, in my personal opinion, that's why they dropped the charges, is because Tim's shot was not the kill shot. So you can be shot 20 times and all 20, out of the 20, maybe it's just the one that actually was the kill shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, some people said that they felt like they said that even Von's manager was shooting.
I don't know about that now. He claims to have been hit, I don't know, in the foot or the leg or something like that. But, um, you know, at the end of the day, it was a lot of people out there. It was a barrage of bullets. You can see it wasn't not just Vaughn that lost his life that night. His partner, Slutty, lost his life, and then Louis got hit in the head. And Louis was critical, but he survived. And we know that Louis would never be the same. So it was just a whole fiasco out there, right? When I always say, and like we even say in Dolph's case, in Doug's case, a lot of this stuff can be avoided. It don't have to happen, but it continues to happen. So it's kind of like talking to a brick wall when you're trying to tell these young guys this stuff don't have to happen. People don't have to lose their life, and you guys don't have to lose your freedom, right?
Mm-hmm. I agree. They haven't put up. Well, I don't. I'm glad, but it might be a good thing that they was not necessarily putting up all of the video and stuff as it was going on. They'll probably put up some video tomorrow. But Memphis, I guess she was out there. She said that it really it went well. So I'm happy.
I
But
am too.
as far as Von
Hmm.
is concerned, now I hope Drake, what's his name, Durkio. I hope he stands down because I think when he put bags on top of people's heads, it's to redirect them looking at him as if he really want to get some get back. I don't know if I trust Dirk.
I don't think anybody trusts Dirk. Too much has happened um, with his name being attached to it, and I don't like kind of giving in to conspiracy theories. But yeah, King Von's situation seems a little off to me. Also, the fact that that case in ATL with Durkio, Vaughn, Bezu, and Hella Bands just kind of went away. So if we look at the circumstances of that case, Vaughn wound up dead, Hella Bands wound up dead, Bezu wound up locked up, and Dirk, out of all of the whole four defendants, is the only one standing unscathed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, no, you don't like to give in to conspiracy theories, but at the end of the day, hell, if it walk like a duck and quack like a duck, it's a duck. I'm sorry.
I
And then
tell
you see his last album cover, girl, head all bandaged up, eyes bleeding, eyeball on his chest. I'm like,
yeah,
dude,
Dirk look like a damn fool, don't he? His eyes pop like a
girl,
bunny, ain't it?
yeah,
And
it's
his
like what?
fans catching up to him. That man has done a lot because I do believe that Dirk was the main person that wanted Duck out the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. It's something ain't right with that ATL case. And then after Vaughn passed away, and then all the charges got dropped against Dirk. They said the DA said, well, had Vaughn been living, he'd have been charged. He'd have got charged for that case. So why is it that Vaughn would have got charged and not the other three co-defendants? See, we know that Vaughn had a little bit of a demonic spirit. We know what he's done in the streets, and that came from him. It's not nothing we making up. This come out of his mouth. But I'm just curious as to if Vaughn was living, he'd have been charged. But my thing was, well, you still got one co-defendant that is living. Why wouldn't he be charged? Because see, if three of us go out on a drill or go out on a hit, and two of them in the car decide they want to rob and kill somebody, and then you don't report it, then you're just as guilty as they are, right? It's like conspiracy. So I felt like Dirk should have got charged with something. Why put it all off on Vaughn? And Helleban's case to me was suspect because he was there for some kind of music festival that Dirk was doing. The dude that took him out came here from Chicago to go there to take him out. So to me, it was on like a paid hit. He had to get, it's like you have to get people off this case. See, I'm a firm believer that when these cases get to the status of RICO status, or could be a potential RICO case, I think they start cleaning the streets up, right? They start cleaning up all they loose ends and trying to take out as many people as they can that's connected to a case that they feel like can uh, talk. I could be wrong, but it just seemed like it was just a cleanup type of thing, and I felt like he wanted to get Vaughn off out of here and got hella bands out of here. And probably the only reason why they couldn't get Bezu out of here was because he too connected up in Chicago. He comes back to Chicago. He's in Chicago more than he is out of Chicago, and it's hard to touch Bezu. So instead, Bezu got locked up.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
I just can't see him having his fingers, not fingers, his fingers be in everything. And how is it that all these years and all these times that you just have escaped uh, any jail time? And I'm not talking about getting locked up, getting a slap on the wrist, and he comes on back out. I'm talking about a real jail time because he's gotten caught as a felon with in possession of weapons. That alone should be a violation, right?
Right.
Yeah. But as they say, money talk and BS walk, right? Hey, Russell.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and
I
that
always had issues with when, and I know because Dirk's lawyer has them pop eyes, like she has a distinct look. For her to play like she was working for the airport and to get Vaughn's ID, I never understood that.
I'm gonna tell you something, Tam. Even with that, I got an eerie feeling. I said Vaughn is on borrowed time. Now this was long before we ever would have thought that he'd have got taken out in ATL on a fight with Quando Rondo, right? But I think everybody is really starting to believe that that fight with Quando was staged. Because see, that didn't have to happen. They didn't have to wake Vaughn up and say, "Oh, Quando out here." You know, if you had Vaughn's best interests at heart, what you're supposed to do is, I do back here asleep. He tired. He had a good celebration. Celebrated his album release party. Boss Top. It was Boss Top's birthday. You know, so they all had a good time. They were having a really good celebratory evening, and for it to turn into that, that shouldn't have happened. And whoever woke him up, to me, it was like it was part of the setup. I just feel like he was set up, and it was meant for him to die that night.
Yeah, it's sad. The only person that won so far, but he gonna get it. It seems like it's dirt
But
because for them to put all of the murders, like Jakira's murder went unsolved for so many years. Who would tell them now? Vaughn has been, he's been that they're holding him responsible for Jakira's murder. Who told that?
well, I mean, they tell on each other, right, Tam? And I'm gonna tell you something else. All this Vaughn dropped $100,000 bag. Hell, Vaughn had just got in the game. You know what I mean? And I just don't see no young boy from the hood that ain't never had that his hands on that kind of money, taking his whole first $100,000, dropped it on somebody's head. I think what was said initially that 50 grand was offered first as a hit. I think yes, 50 grand was offered, and I think that was Vaughn's half of the payment. I think Vaughn was willing to pay up to 50K to get the deed done. And in my opinion, somebody else put that other 50K up because I just can't see Vaughn taking all of his money. How in the hell you gonna put $100,000 on somebody's head plus buy $8,000-$9,000 chains? I think his old block chain was about 30 grand. He wasn't balling. He didn't have all that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? And then plus he hadn't been too long, got out of jail. So let's say his advancement or his first check was $100,000. You think he going to bust down a whole $100,000 in cash? I think yeah, half of the money was his, but I strongly believe somebody else put that other 50K up. But
But
that's
if
my
you listen
opinion.
to Mama Duck, she kind of alluded to because she says now this is a RICO. They need federal attorneys. I wonder, and she had already tallied up how much money was going to be needed for all of them. She said, now I wonder who's going to pay for them attorneys. It's almost like she know.
But saying nobody but one person getting their attorney fees pays, and that's move up, right? And it's mighty ironic that Dirk always finds a way to come on live right after something happens. So right after Duck got killed, he on live with the camera and stuff, showing the private jet and somebody grabbing up his box of gym shoes, and he just a grinning from ear to ear. So he did a live on that right after Doug, I guess to prove that he wasn't even in Chicago. And then after Vaughn got hit, he came right on live in the car like he was bopping to some music and, you know, uh, trying to make it seem like, when he saw the people in the chat saying King Vaughn just got shot, he hurry ups and jumps off live. But to me, it's almost like a alibi. You know what I mean? I guess that's the
Yeah,
word I want to look like. He's using the lives to come on and say, hey, I ain't got nothing to do with that. This is where I'm at. If y'all want to question me, if I'm ever questioned, y'all saw that I was on live and you can ping my phone and see where I was at. It's almost like, he used those lives at the time something tragic happens as a means as an alibi.
I agree. Because if you look at Dirk's patterns of going live, Dirk didn't go live a whole lot.
Yeah. But he comes on right at that moment, and I just find that very, I don't know. I find it strange. I don't think it's a coincidence, and I also don't think it's a coincidence that what's that other boy's 21 Savage. Now, according to him, I think back then, and maybe people in the chat can correct me because my mind or my memory may be a little foggy. But I thought that night he said that he and Dirk were supposedly at the bowling alley or something, right?
Hmm.
Um, and I think they had said back then that that club that Vaughn was killed at or they were supposed to go into told them they could not bring no poles into the club, and also that it was connected to 21 Savage. I think they said that's his uncle's club, but I could be wrong. But I think that's what they said when this thing first happened with Vaughn.
Oh
So,
wow.
yeah, I feel like it was a setup. And somebody just said that Vaughn, if he was still living, he would have been, Russell said that he would have been locked up, dropping the bag on Duck if he was still here. Yeah, we already know if Vaughn was still living, Vaughn would probably be facing life in prison like the rest of them, if not the death penalty. Well, not here in Illinois, they don't have the death penalty anymore, but the Fed side does. So the state doesn't have the death penalty, but the federal side has the death penalty, and this is a federal RICO case for Duck murder. So yeah, if he was still here, he might be facing the death penalty. Yeah, you're right, Roberta. Durkio got a lot of karma coming to him. As you know, if you can set these things in motion. Because I'm gonna tell you something, like I said, money talk and BS walk. And I think that Durkio got a lot of connections out here. And you already see how they're labeling him in Duck's RICO case paperwork. They're calling him a high level, a high ranking gang member, BD member, right? That's what they label. That's how they think of him because it's in the federal paperwork. They label him as a high ranking gang member.
Mm-hmm.
So it just behooves me how a lot of the stuff don't have to happen. And I can't think for the life of me when these dudes that are in the free world see all this stuff happening with dudes that's getting locked up and how they getting snaked out and backdoored, how they still continue to want to participate and be a part of the madness. They still willing to crash out for somebody. It's crazy to me. It's like, don't you see what's happening in YSL case and Duck's case? See what just happened. Vaughn went out sad. I'm gonna tell you now. That's just the golden truth, and people may not like what I'm about to say, but he went out. He went out like he never existed in life. You see what I'm saying? Like he never mattered. Because basically, you lost your life for what? Because he never had to put his hands on Quando. If he'd have stayed in that car and stayed sleeping, somebody woke him up and said, Quando out here, he should have said, well, F Quando, take me home because I done had a good night and I ain't on that tonight. See, sometimes you can't let people gaslight you and gas you up. People are so busy trying to act like they got something to prove. And it's like, okay, if I don't wake up and go fight, they're going to call me a punk. Good night. Because, see, my thing is this. At that point, Vaughn didn't need them. They needed Vaughn because, see, Vaughn was the bag. The industry needed Vaughn because he was the talent. He was the gift.
Yeah. I don't like I said, I don't think he thought that Vaughn was gonna blow up like he did.
Yeah.
Cause I don't mean some a lot of people do, but I don't like Dirk's music.
No, Vaughn went hard. I'm gonna tell you something. Vaughn came in the door when he did his crazy story, and these are songs that he wrote. Vaughn didn't have a ghost writer or nothing like that. You know what I mean? He wrote these lyrics himself, and it was his delivery, and you knew with your eyes closed and your ears open, as soon as you heard a song come on and you heard that voice start saying gang, gang, you knew you was about to listen to a Vaughn song. So he had already honed in on his craft. He had already was kind of cornering the market on a different style and a different sound. FBG Duck, when you heard a song come on, you hear FBG Duck come into it, you listening to Duck, right? So all these boys had their own distinctive sound and style. When you hear Dirt whiny ass come on, and back in the day with some auto tune, you was listening to Durkio, right? So
Mm.
we always say in all of these cities where these guys are beefing, keep it on wax, man. Let's get the bag up by challenging each other to put out the next best song because you only hurt your brand and your career, and your bag. You hurt your money when you start taking folks out on either side, because you got to believe that it's going to be some people in their feelings. And I'm going to tell you right now, and I promise you this, Tam, and I think I remember we were talking on the phone the other day, and I told you, I said, let me tell you something. Here in my city, all you can hear is how the hell you miss 100 shots. I mean, Dolph music blasting. You can hear Key Glock's music blasting way here in my city. You see what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
when people are loving a label and their music and their artist music that much, where they just blasting it daily, all day, constantly, you got to know that that other side can't go to that city, right? Because I'm
Mhm.
gonna tell you now, CMF can't come here without it being some repercussions, some consequences, and some repercussions. They can't come here. They can't ever come here and do a concert and walk away unscathed or without something happening. I don't even think they would allow them to have a concert here at this point. But yeah, Vaughn was something else. You know, Vaughn was, uh, a whole different breed. You know, I think Vaughn was very, I think he was very charismatic, but at the same time, he'll have your head rolling down the sidewalk too. If you, he'll get on your ass. You know what I'm saying? So even like with Duck, Duck, was savage, but in his own way. You know, Duck was savage as far as throwing up them hands. You know,
Right.
Duck could slap your head off your shoulders, whereas Vaughn will shoot your head off your shoulders. So they were two different people. But at the same time, I just wish all of them were still here because I think it was just entertainment to see them go back and forth on wax, right?
Right. I hate that. I like Vern's music, but I have to say I like Duck's music. I like Duck's sound better. Von might have had a little bit better music, but I like Duck's sound better than
Mhm.
I like Von's sound.
Vaughn, and if you look at some of Duck's music videos, he got a couple of them that just kind of light-hearted, fun-loving type of videos. He got one that he did at Walmart, and he in the shopping cart, and all his entourage having fun running through the store, pushing him in the shopping cart. But it's things like that that kind of really breaks your heart because all of these young boys grew up in the trenches, and they grew up in neighborhoods that I know about, that I know are slums, and that you got some folks that work, some folks that don't. You got some folks that are on drugs or whatever. So they grew up rough, and they probably didn't have the best parenting. You got the parents that in those parts they feel like they're doing the best that they can with what they have, making a dollar, 15 cent, a dollar out of 15 cents. You see what I'm saying? So they
Mm.
doing what they can do. And when they start getting in a position where they can make money and bring home some real bread, that's a huge accomplishment for them to be able to take care of their families and, like Dolph would say, generational wealth, create generational wealth. But how can you create generational wealth if you not living long enough to make the kind of money that you need to make? Because you get your first advancements or your first check, and you spend all of that on jewelry and BS. You ain't left no generational wealth here. The only one that's got a generational wealth are the ones that had a damn life insurance policy out on you.
Amen.
Hey, Cypress Boo Poo, I didn't know you was up here.
Yeah, I would have been up there, but I had a couple of phone calls. Everybody kept calling.
You cheating on me. That's why you couldn't get up here. You know you got to be in the house earlier now. You can't be out sliding and all that stuff with them other girls. I didn't know you was up here. I had my phone turned to the comments section, and when I have it on the comments section, I don't see who's up on the panel.
uh,
Anyway, I've been running my mouth. What you want to say, honey? I'm gonna shut up and let you talk.
uh, like it's just crazy. So basically, what they're trying to say is what like bomb was set up from the inside from the camp or something.
Yeah, I mean that's how I feel. I feel like it was a setup.
Yeah, that's how it looked.
Yeah, yeah. I can't see how one man is still standing. He's the only one that ain't had no consequences.
But he getting consequences another way, though, ain't it?
Where we
Even
Yeah.
with
going?
him having all them folks around him, he having seizures and stuff.
Who talking about Dirt?
Mm-hmm.
He probably finna die pretty soon.
See them drugs, taking all them pills. People don't realize when you popping all these damn Percocets and oxycodones and all this stuff. I promise you, it messes with your heart, all of your internal organs. It messes with you. You know, because at one point, remember when Cypress and Tam, remember when Lil Wayne was having them seizures?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, Rick Ross was having
And he
seizures.
never really recovered from that because I love Lil Wayne's sound, but it's like he
Hmm.
was not able to regroup and just gain any traction
He kept getting
anymore.
high.
People say he still be rapping, but I don't be hearing nothing he put out.
Well, he ain't doing nothing new nowhere. He done.
You know, Lil Wayne is an OG and a legend in here. He's made a whole lot of money
He
over
made
the
baby for
years.
him.
Yeah, you know, he probably gets a lot of residual income. I don't know how his masters, I don't know if he has ownership of his masters or
He
whatever.
don't.
Oh, he don't?
No,
Okay.
baby them raped him financially.
Yeah,
Who?
baby now.
Baby them cash money.
Oh, okay. See, that's another thing. You know, these young men and even the newer ones that's coming into the industry, make sure you got control of your damn masters. Because, like I said, you can't create no generational wealth, you know, if you don't have control of your creativity.
They said Wayne forgets his lyrics. He was having seizures to the point that's when he was going through. Now I know he drank lean for a long time, but that's when he was going through with baby, and I people was tending to think that they was giving him something to make him have them seizures. Because
I
they
forgot
kind of tried
about
to
that.
replace Little Thug or Young Thug with Wayne. That's when he went and got Thug. And I don't mean no harm. I ain't never heard none Young Thug put out. I was through when I saw him in the pink dress. I couldn't listen to him.
Girl.
I mean, Young Thug got I music, but like,
Yeah, I ain't got a few hits that I liked. But yeah, I forgot that Sherrod, that Lil Wayne did sell his masters. I did hear that. I
yeah,
I
forgot
wonder
about
how much
that.
he's selling for because Lil Wayne has. I mean, if he ain't getting 100 millions, he beat himself because he has some timeless. He
I
got
think
some
I think
timeless.
I think I think he sold them for like 200.
Two
Two
hundred
hundred.
million.
Yeah, somewhere around it, but about like 150 to 200. But they were trying to make it seem like Universal bought them, but y'all know Baby pulled that move.
Mm.
Cause Baby made Universal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did
they
that.
shot up Ray Van too, and Baby them did that. He had Young Thug to do it. That's when Young Thug first came out, and that's what he had Young Thug to do in the dress and all.
He was trying to get him to crash out, using him
Mhm.
as a crash dummy.
Well,
He
Baby used to get all them niggas to cry. Well, Wayne, well, he just manipulated Wayne because Wayne didn't do nothing but get high. Wayne didn't try to learn the business. Wayne just wanted to rap and be high. So that's how Baby was able to beat him out of money.
Mm-hmm.
But BG said, I remember BG said Baby kept them high from little boys like 10 years old. He said Baby wanted them to stay high all the time. They was on heroin so that he could beat them out of their money because he didn't ever want them as long as they was high they was not paying attention to what was going on financially.
Damn, that's
Right.
sad.
But BG went and got all his bread back that Baby owed him because he went to court.
Mm.
And
That's right. They didn't take him out.
they know they going to have a problem with that BG and gangster. Really. Man, dude ain't playing. Dude
I
gangster.
always
Really.
felt like they over sentenced BG 12 years for having a gun.
No, they sent him to 14.
So I wondered, did you never know because I really think that they overdid it on that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
did,
don't
but
hold they don't hold murder was that long.
they were trying to. They've been trying to get him for years, but like I said, he was running with some dudes from out of New Orleans. That was about the business. So they wanted to like get all them niggas off the street because they couldn't do nothing with them. You know how it go. They want to get all them niggas off the street.
Mm-hmm.
Lil Wayne sold some of Drake and Nicki's masters too. I never would have sold any of Drake, and that's what make him his money. That is what's going to create generational wealth for all of his children, Drake and Nicki.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all he sold it for was 200 million.
Yeah, like 150 to 200 reportedly.
I mean, his was worth that because he got timeless hits. I
Well, they
see.
were, well, he had called a little case. What they were trying to do, make him go and sell it. They were gonna lock him back up, and Wayne couldn't take that because Wayne was already out on the little. Well, he had already did that little bullshit at time on the gun case, and Wayne like he was like fuck it. What all did they kind of like forced his hand with it. It wasn't like nothing he wanted to do, but it was like how the industry they force your hand with it, and they lock you up, do you like they did R. Kelly. R. Kelly was fine messing with little girls and all that. They was proud of him. Boom, and he said he wanted his masters. He became a problem. They locked his ass up.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a dirty game, I tell you.
Yep.
Did y'all see, now changing something, did y'all see, I think they said that boy in Takeoff case, Cam got 5 years or something? Did y'all see that?
Yeah, I heard about that. Cause that what they gonna. That's who they trying to. You gotta read between. You gotta read the play. Like that's who they trying to really put take off murder on. Little Cam.
So
Like
that's
they better. And
that's
then
five.
yeah, but see, like they ain't got enough to really stick him with it. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
they trying, but it won't stick.
So that's 5 years federal time, though, right?
Right, because he was a convicted felon.
Hmm. Well, see, that's no incentive for him to talk then, right? Because 5 years is a slap on the
No,
wrist,
no,
essentially.
he can do that on the head.
Yeah.
Govan didn't get punked out in court. It was just Judge Coffee just said what he said, and that was that on that. Nigga, you either gonna stay at home or order from Amazon, nigga, you be ordering fresh flavors from lockup. Simple as that.
Let me ask you something, Cypress. Why do you think Govan wants all of this movement? Because I'm gonna tell you something now. If I'm a target, if I didn't been a part of something as big as Dolph case, and like Judge Coffey told him, this case has generated a bunch of publicity, a whole lot of publicity. I wouldn't want to be in the streets, to be honest with you. I wouldn't want nobody to see me. But why you think he feel like he good? Like, he needs all this movement. What is he trying to do out in the streets? Because I
He
feel like
trying
he's trying to
to.
help put hits on people.
Of course he is, but what he gonna realize if they gonna be sitting, they gonna be where they waiting. Hmm. They waiting. Niggas watch TV. They waiting. Yeah, he was just down here in the A and running around. That's what Judge Coffee was mad about because he want to get a job. Man, you ain't had a job. You ain't
In
want
his
no
whole
job.
damn life. Yeah.
Now you
You
want a
wait till
job.
you get 45 to much you want a job. When was the last time you ever had a job? And I
Yeah,
don't talk about delivering newspapers when you was a kid. I'm just saying, I just kind of feel like anybody that wants to have all this kind of movement, you want to be out here in these streets for a reason.
yeah, to die because that's what it's gonna end up with. Cause the first time they can catch him, they put their brains in their lap.
I don't think it's necessarily, yeah, that too, to want to die, but I also, Cypress think too, he got his paperwork and he know who these witnesses are, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So he
So
gonna try to he gonna try to knock down plenty of them. But see, Judge Coffee ain't going for that. Judge Coffee like, look, he flat out said he didn't hold back. He don't like knock on wood. People gonna try to take you up out of here. No, order from Kroger. Stay in the house.
yeah, yeah. He said because he, in so many words, told him, Memphis is high crime, Shelby County. He's like, people trying to hurt you. Did he
Right.
say? Did he actually say kill you or hurt you?
do something to hurt him and get him out. He know what he meant.
Yeah.
But see, they don't. They love to have him testify against them because he can connect the top. He can connect the top.
But they shouldn't have let him out of there until he connected the top. You see what I'm saying? Now, if he didn't connect the top, then he should still be behind bars. But if he connected the top, maybe that's why he out. We don't
Right.
know either way, right?
Of course, he had to connect the top if the family agreed on them giving him the bond.
So who do you think is the top? And don't say don't start at Juke. Let's go above Juke. Who do you think at the very top is the top?
Uh, Juke, Juke and Youngster is like the top two right now.
Not got
No,
it.
it's I'm not gonna say God it don't know, but y'all gotta understand it's reasons why you can't really just tie. Like Govan can probably tie him to that through Juke, but that's about it.
But it's still conspiracy though, Cypress.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know what the feds got. I'm just speculating. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know.
I
Would
really
you
think youngster, even though he gonna go to jail, I really think youngster need to repent because it's a lot of bad. He has created a lot of bad karma around him.
He really has.
So did they know why what happened in his situation? You know, and
Yeah, we're
What
gonna let the news put it out because these troll bloggers be coming over here fishing for information. And like I told Tam, I was like, you know what, if they want fresh information, let Fox 13 tell them.
you're right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's some streets. It's some street stuff. Like we already know what
But the
man.
thing I don't like is seeing people troll and drag that young man and his mom and family through the mud because for whatever youngsters doing out here in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Uh, just
Yeah,
because you siblings don't mean that you have anything to do with their street activities. The man had already said, Manny already said that he didn't deal with his mom and his brother. So we can't tie him to anything that had anything to do with Dolph case, right? So in my opinion, I don't like to see people trolling his death because that's just not good energy. That's not a good look.
S. Sherrod, what was your last question? Because I wasn't paying attention to the chat. So ask me again.
Russell says, what was Govan's relationship with Dolph? I don't know. Did they even have a relationship?
I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure if Dolph did business with Juke, he knew him and Quet knew each other. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? Cause ain't no way Quit was in on that and these niggas ain't never talked to each other past that. I won't believe it.
Well, whatever it was, I think Quet thought, he'd never be standing in front of Judge Coffee, right? None of them did. They thought they'd get away
Well,
with it. They
well,
thought they
well,
got away.
Quet know he gonna snitch. He ain't going down by himself. So it don't matter if he in front of Judge Coffee.
But you can cooperate and snitch, but he's still gonna get some time. Not unless they giving him or gonna give him full on immunity. And the only way they gonna give him full on immunity, I mean, he has served everybody's head on a stick.
And most likely in his paperwork he have. Because he got a history of snitching.
hmm
Hey, I just
And
wanna
that's
know.
why I don't understand. He's already got that jacket on his back. Why in the hell would you want all this movement, go Van? You know what I mean? Hell, I wouldn't want to be seen in the streets of Memphis at all, in anybody's city. To be honest with you, because
Listen,
everybody know who he is now.
listen, I'm from Memphis, born and raised. I don't get seen there. If I do, I don't tell nobody I'm there. And if I really fuck with you, too.
Right. That's why I don't like when people get on here and get in the chat. talking about Cyprus. You live in such and such a place. I'm like, why is everybody trying to find out where the hell Cyprus living at? I don't like that. Because we living in an age right now where you just can't simply say what state you from without somebody getting on the damn internet trying to find
Well,
your address. Because there's
well,
some sick people out here.
they pull up on me. They're gonna be the worst thing they ever see in their man in their goddamn life. Like every tears on my mama grave. They're gonna be the worst shit they ever made.
I know that's right. Tam, you still here?
Yeah, I'm
Tam?
looking for that
Oh,
video that
oh.
young Dolph did that I saw earlier where he was showing his cars. Um,
Who? Who did you mean? Who didn't have a good relationship with their mama? What you talking about, Roberta?
She's talking about when I said that Manny said, and this was in a tweet, or did you see that tweet or something he had put out, Tim? He just said that, he didn't mess with his brother or his mom. And I don't know how long ago the tweet was, but, maybe things changed over the last couple of years.
Time
And
out,
sometimes people say stuff when they're upset. You know what I mean?
time out. The brother that got killed said that.
Yeah,
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 He
and
said he didn't. He said,
people, he could have been feeling a certain way that day.
"Damn,
yeah,
like youngster really an asshole, but he okay. I mean, depending on what day it is, but youngster asshole.
yeah.
Uh,
But,
uh,
I just hate people on YouTube talking about what part of his body he got hit in. And I'm like, I haven't heard the news say that. I didn't know the news did an update because I haven't heard that come from the news. So my thing is, how would y'all know what part of his body he got hit at? I just don't like to hear that. And that's just me personally.
yeah.
I
I
personally
was
don't
looking
troll
for,
people in their death.
yeah,
I'm not gonna troll
I
nobody like
mean,
that.
if you want 30 shit, you really don't know. They see
right.
that's what pisses me off. All these out of towners go about here say about people who probably don't even come outside. Nobody know them. Nobody see these motherfuckers.
Yeah, they done been in
Now,
somebody's channel in the comments, and maybe somebody in the comments say, "Well, I heard yada yada yada." Then they turn around and go do a video on it, and that's just not cool. And I also agree with what you said, Cypress, the other day. I think it was yesterday you were saying on Player Cole's live how this stuff is real deal, and all this kind of stuff can get people killed because when you go putting labels and jackets on people, you can get innocent people hurt.
right, because people like I don't be trying to be rude with people. Like people gotta understand, like me, player code, rest in peace, young dog. Like we from this, what I'm saying? So we know what's gonna come with this. I mean,
Hmm.
like you can't play with people dying from this. Like people, it ain't
Hmm.
no, this ain't Grand Theft Auto. This ain't you can't reset this, man. Once you out of here, you out of here. You gotta quit playing with that.
Hmm.
That
I
that's why
agree.
that's why me and Player Code we tread lightly on certain stuff that we put out and
Hmm.
don't
I
just
agree.
and don't just throw. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's touchy. You know what I'm saying? Cause
I agree. Hmm.
neighborhood be want some get back behind that. You know? So
Yeah.
you really gotta watch it. Like there's a lot of stuff like we don't touch. Like and I be on the thin line with it and the player coach be like, no, bro, that ain't it. And I just fall back from it. Cause once I get off into it, I'm almost like a preacher. Cause once I get into it, it's gonna come out. And I get player Kobe fit. He be like, nah, bro, that ain't it. Don't touch that. You know what I mean? Or I have to fall because we come from there. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm. You
and
know,
we know what coming. I wouldn't want to put nobody in danger because I'm not there. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't want to throw nobody else up under but to get them jeopardized. You know what I'm saying?
that's right.
Just because I can afford to leave, they probably can't. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She said,
And
yeah,
I'm gonna
Lisa
say,
Ray put her on the spot when she went to her show to wish her happy birthday. Lisa Ray put who on the spot?
Oh, the brand.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she sure did. Does that show still come on Queen's Soul on BET something? Her and Vivica Fox and that other
Oh, oh,
Selena.
I don't
oh,
watch them. Who was that? Lisa and What show they got? I don't look at them.
It's called
Yeah,
Queens of Some.
yeah,
I
yeah.
actually liked it.
I
It was
don't, I
like a
don't watch
talk
that
show.
crap. Yeah, I don't watch them.
Yeah,
Ca-
I actually liked that show when I don't know if it still comes on, but I liked it. It came on BET Soul, and it was Claudia Shepherd or something, and Lisa Ray, and um Vivica A. Fox, and some a couple more people. I kind of liked it when it came on. I like seeing them up there, Selena. But I hadn't seen it in a while, so I don't know if it still comes on.
Hmm.
yeah.
I
No,
couldn't tell you one thing they've ever talked about because I never watched it.
no. To answer your question, SS Rod, like I just came out with it because I kind of know because like me and you know what I'm saying, me and my best friend, we got a type relationship, so we talk about certain things like. But like I came out with it saying it because like I can speak up because like giving people the heads up, like yeah, it's going if y'all just letting people know like it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But like it just certain stuff, yeah. Out of respect, I don't touch that certain shit out the bag. But yeah, just to sum it up, yeah.
One thing I've seen about or have learned about YouTube in some of these different subjects is some of these people think if they drag somebody enough, they'll get other folks out here in other states or even in the same state to go slide on them people. And I would say the cookie shop, for instance. So you think if you get up on your platform and drag them and dog them enough, it'll turn some of your followers into mass serial killers to go over there and hurt people in the cookie shop. And that's another reason why Tam say I haven't heard a credible source. I'm not gonna get on my platform and drag nobody, because to me, and that's going back, piggybacking off what you're saying, Cypress. You know, you get people killed like that,
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
especially if you don't have no proof.
right, and then
yeah.
and then it be the
Because
bloggers that ain't going.
it's more mentally ill people than you would ever know.
Yeah,
And there, yeah, and there's no way, especially with me not hearing a credible source,
that mean the
saying
police.
that somebody was involved in something. And with the way folks been dropping in the young Doss case, all
Yeah.
it takes is one mentally unstable person
And they out
to
here.
hear it. And you never know what they may do. These
Yeah.
people are not stable.
No, they ready to drop something about young dog. They ain't playing, y'all. But all y'all that ain't in Memphis that just sit around and watch the local news or CNN or whatever, listen, y'all. They ain't playing.
Mhm.
They ain't
No, they're
playing.
not playing, and people don't think that the folks that people been sliding. They have, they have, somebody have from day one,
Yeah, they been
and
sliding.
so I can't be a part of, and I never will be a part of somebody going and somebody that's off of their meds or wanting to fit in or whatever, going and doing something to some people just based on whatever my feelings are, is or not. You know what I mean about that? Whatever my feelings is or isn't. I have not been told that the cookie shop was involved, so I can't partake in putting them in a situation where somebody go and blow their head off. I'm a human. I don't have animalistic thoughts or anything like that, so I cannot I can't partake and putting other people's lives in danger. I think I was thinking about, y'all know, I've been because humans are so sick now. I've been looking more at the water planet. Y'all know I told y'all I'm obsessed with whales, and I'm obsessed with lions and sharks. And you think about whales who have personalities, and it blew my mind. I was looking at this documentary on sharks who seems to not have personalities, and they don't. They just kind of attack. They're not like whales. And it was the shark, another shark's. tail mistakenly was in his, got in his mouth, and he lightly moved his head. Now sharks who don't have no personality, their brain is only one way. Studies always say like that, no human type situation, like unlike sociable, unlike whales. But just to understand, just to see that shark noticed that another shark that was his kind, his own kind, tail was in his mouth, and he moved his head, turned his head, and politely just moved to turn his head so he could get it out of his mouth so that he would not hurt another shark. It blew my mind. I can't
Mhm.
understand why humans. So that's why I kind of I catch myself saying animalistic, but it's a lot of animals that have more sense than humans. They don't attack their own kind.
Mhm. Mhm.
Right, 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 right. Well, yeah, Roberta. Yeah, they've been trying to get Raven them for a minute. They've been trying.
But see, that's the thing, Roberta. You know, all of this inciting uh, fear into people, and then inciting and trying to program people's minds to go hurt those people. I'm gonna tell you something. That's why you got to stay ready. Don't get ready, stay ready. You know what I mean? Because when you got folks like this trying to come up on you, because ain't no way in the hell they should have walked in that shop and looked in Raven's mama's face. You know, my thing is, if you want to go buy no damn cookies, what was the point in you even going? The point is that you allowed yourself to almost be a crash dummy. You allowed somebody to get in your head and get in your mind and program you to even go up there. You know, and that's why, like Tam said, you got to be ready, you know, lock, cock, and ready to rock. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't let these people play with your life.
Right. Yeah, yeah, it's serious. And these bloggers, I don't know why they're trying to get this girl hurt, man. Like y'all, and then and then this what make me mad because y'all got followers that believe this and be ready to hurt them because they
Yeah,
feel they
it's
involved in it.
it's a lot of
And
these people that have followers that are absolutely sick,
and
Yeah,
and
twisted.
twisted.
and
Because I've had to do some things, okay, with the police department because these folks got folks that are twisted, and I had to let them know I wasn't playing with them.
And you know what pisses me off, y'all? I'm gonna tell you how people are so hypocritical. Hypocrites, always contradicting themselves. Now, all I can hear was she lied. She said this, then she turned around and said that. I'm gonna tell you something in the history of the Dolph case. How many lies has these MFs got on YouTube on their platform and told about the Dolph case?
a
So you mean
lot.
to tell me you get
A
ready
lot.
to crucify her for what y'all say she lied about, or she lied and told, said this will change her story up? Hell, we don't know if the authorities told her, hey, zip it. Don't talk about it. If you're gonna talk about it, you need to change that. You know, you don't need to be putting all that out there. So whatever she said from day one up until now, she keep changing the story. Okay, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, you can't crucify her without crucifying yourself. Because every night you clowns get on your platform, and if you look at the titles, it's a lie from the first letter to the last letter, A to Z. They lie every damn night in the Dolph case.
And I will say this, as I've said from the very beginning, and this I did not hide. Um, because even when I had reached out to her, even before I even started vlogging, I had reached out to her to have her and her family on my TV show. And I think it was mainly because I saw, like, even before people started even zoning in on them, before the vlogger started zoning in on them and seeing that it was going to bring them numbers. um that was around December. I saw on Facebook the war that was going on with her and Thaddeus, well, with the cookie shop and Thaddeus. And I don't think, and the war wasn't going on because he was saying, not even in the beginning, that they were involved. The war was going on because something had something to do with advertisement, because there was advertising with him. Her Butterifics was advertising with him, and something went on with that. And they started getting into it, and then the next thing I know, Thaddeus started saying that they was involved in Dawes murder. And hey, I really do like Thaddeus. I don't know because Thaddeus don't talk about that anymore. I know when Thaddeus is mad, he do throw shots, but it's funny to me that Thaddeus does not even talk about the cookie shop being involved really anymore. Anything like they don't even talk about the Dawes case.
But I
Uh,
wonder why.
and he yeah, even when Thaddeus came over to my studio or whatever, Thaddeus didn't say anything about the cookie shop. I felt like that was the Makitas was collateral damage because he was into it with Butterifics, and I kind of felt like other vloggers that started vlogging around that December, they caught on to that and they started getting astronomical numbers. Because before then, nobody in Memphis had said the cookie shop was involved. Nobody.
Nobody.
Right. But
Nobody in Memphis had said that. And so I reached out to her and I was like, I would like to, if you and your family will, because I saw what was going on with her and Thaddeus them. I was like, y'all want to come on my if y'all would like to come on my TV show or whatever. I have a TV show. I was like, I've been in you all's cookie shop 2 times because they got those butter cookies like the school cookies, and I have just having to stop there twice. I remember going down Airways and I was like, oh, okay, there's a cookie shop. And I remember her dad being there, and that was a way for me to network. And I gave him my card. And this is way before the dog situation happened. And I was like, y'all want to advertise? I'm always giving out my business cards to get a lot of those small black businesses to advertise on my TV show, to
Mm-hmm.
and so he was like, okay. So, anyways, she was like, well, I tell you what, because I reached out to her, I do believe on Facebook, and she said, okay, well, I tell you what, I'll talk to my mom and them about it, and I'll reach back out to you to let you know. I said, okay. And so then a couple weeks went by, and then I reached back out to her. She said, well, I think she said I talked to my mom and them, and they're not ready or something like that. And then like somebody had told me, the girl that you had reached out to, because I was gonna have my camera crew go over there. I told her we'll come to you all, to your wherever you all are, interview you and your whole family so you all could talk about this. And when and so somebody that worked with me, it said that the young lady that you had reached out to, I saw her on on a vlogger, because I had never even heard of Skull. I saw her on another vlogger's platform. I said, really? He was like, yeah, she did an interview. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I don't get mad about stuff like that because I've been doing this for 10 years. I just, okay, when I move on. So that's the reason why when she finally came into my chat, I was not, I wasn't mad or anything because I don't get mad about stuff like that. And so yeah, she she was in the chat, and I was not getting ready to attack her or anything like that because, as I said before, I have not heard from a credible source
that man,
that
the
they was
police on
so I
call.
had to block some people and cut some folks out because one thing that I'm not gonna do, ain't no bitch gonna come into my damn chat and then send me messages saying, well, since you won't say the cookie shop involved, you must be related. Bitch, get your motherfucking ass up out my chat hole. Cause I don't let nobody come into my shit and manipulate me. You don't come into my chat because I don't say and believe what you want me to say and believe. You try to manipulate me and push me up against the wall. Where then you don't believe what I say, you won't say what we want you to say. You must be related to her. Fuck you. And I blocked them. Okay. I can't
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Amen.
ever do to me. Don't
Amen.
you ever try to push nothing up on me.
Deacon Cypress in the building. Amen.
Oh,
I
that
just,
makes me mad for somebody to do me like that. I don't believe what you want, so I'm gonna try to put a jacket on your back. Go. Lord, hold my tongue, okay? Because I was getting ready to say something real, 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 real ugly. Okay, I was going to say something real ugly. Whew.
Yeah.
hey Lola.
And can you imagine?
Yeah, I see the officers are up in here that I used to work with.
Can you imagine if them clowns had actually did something to Raven's mother? By putting that jacket on them, and you ain't got no damn proof. And how the hell you gonna control? And got mad at you when Raven came up there on your platform. You were supposed to ask her, son, why you didn't ask her? Because that's not what this was about.
First of all, it caught me off of guard, you know. And then
Yeah,
folks talking about it was a play. I couldn't believe people did
yeah,
me
it
like
was a
that. Like
play.
I was kind of like I was not prepared. Number one,
I
and
wasn't
number
either.
two,
I was shocked.
I was in shock. Like I mean, I hey, she came and she was in the chat and she was talking like with everybody else. I did not want it to be a negative atmosphere. I couldn't believe, I did not want that. She said, "Oh my God, you sound like me. Don't let me get." She said, "Don't let them get us like that." I know that's right. I know that's right. Um, and so, like I said, I was, it's not like because when she didn't interview with me when I had asked her. It's not like it was something that I went after her. I've been interviewing people for 10 years, so I don't get mad. And I'm talking and I don't mean I'm not saying anything bad about Raven, but I'm talking about like celebrities and stuff that I've interviewed. So I don't get mad when somebody decides they don't want to do an interview. I didn't think no more of it. I didn't pursue it. I didn't go, "Ooh, I just need to get that interview with Raven." Hell, I didn't do that. I moved on. I'm a sane person.
But see, Tim, if you think about it, you sit back and think about it. All of this bashing her, and I'm talking about a particular platform in particular. All of this bashing her is really just a sign of jealousy, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Because she rocking with somebody else. Somebody else got a cookie. It's like kids. A bunch of kids. He got a cookie and I didn't. It's like stop it. She has a right to go with whoever she wants to deal with. Do I think she talks too much on the platforms? Yeah, because I feel like she ain't got to prove herself
I'm
to
saying
nobody.
that I get
But
to
that's her
thinking about
prerogative.
yeah, I get to thinking about it. I was like, well, I'm kind of, it didn't. She didn't. She went and she decided she wanted to interview with Skull. That was cool. Because she could do whatever it is that she want to do. I don't try and control people. I don't try and put hits on people when they don't do what I want them to do. But she did that. But I thought about that, and as I got to watching and I saw how people was attacking her. I had even said on my when I first started doing when I got on here started doing the vlogs, I was like, dog, it might be better if she stopped because she was being attacked, viciously. Just not saying because you don't give people nothing. They gonna make up stuff anyways, And I know she was saying she wanted to defend her family, but people twist, they twist your words, and whether you defend your family or not, they're gonna talk about you. And I'm talking about it. It's been like a plethora of situations. You know what I mean? And I guess
Hmm.
I could say I know those attacks because when people started
Attacking you.
they started attacking me,
Yeah,
and they felt like they were supposed to be able to. That's the reason why I hey, and it was some of the names that I've heard of the people that was attacking me. I went, dog, people, that a lot of these folks on here are just wolves,
yeah. You put
they're,
yourself in these people's shoes and you know what it's like to be on the same side of crucifixion, right? So when
right.
people trying to crucify your character and crucify you, you know how that feel. And all this crucifying her and she came up on your platform voluntarily. It was not a play, it was not a setup. Nobody called her over there. She came on her own. So they wanted you to have a crucifixion session. And like Tam always say, we grown folks over here. We real grown, well, most of us. You know, we ain't riding out like that. Don't nobody do all of that because Tam has said from day one she don't have any proof. Nobody credible has told her anything about them. But to sit up on your platform and rubbing your hands together, hoping that you didn't gas somebody up enough to go do something to her mama, that to me is on a whole other side of
Yeah,
evil. That's
yeah,
sadistic. It's
Yeah,
sadistic.
yeah, about something you ain't got no proof about. You ain't never been outside of your house
I agree with you, Russell. He said they got more smoke for Raven than they do for Gotti. Let me just say this.
Yes.
I've seen that. Like we see Black Youngster has been to the grave with the shovel.
Shovel.
God
Mm-hmm.
in them makes fun. Juke has thrown shots out, but
Yes.
I see Lil Migo said he's smoking on the Dolph pack. Soldier Boy put a bag on top of his head and then turned around and got mad and told when a troll said he trying to be like Key Glock and said, "Don't come playing with him, y'all." Didn't y'all learn from the first time?
Yeah.
I mean, he blurted that out, but
Yeah.
people brush that off and say, "Well, Soldier Boy just trolls." And now I don't think he was just trolling. Soldier Boy is a damn junkie, so he can't control himself. The truth tends to come out. But I feel like some people are viciously like Pre and like other people, they go after them more so than they do than that the people that they know some of these folks was involved. So
They
I just
go after the ones, see, they say the weak and twisted prey on who they think are weak people, right? So they prey
Yeah.
on the ones that they betting not gonna get them up out of here. See, they're not gonna keep playing with Gotti name and Soldier Boy name because they know that uh, whether you in ATL, St. Louis, Michigan, or wherever the hell you at, they know they can get them up out of here and get them touched. So they're gonna talk about them. They ain't gonna go in like they've been going in on Raven because they figure Raven is weak and don't have the means or the armory or artillery to get them touched.
Right.
Yeah,
And I really hate Raven Star even. I really hate Raven even spoke publicly about it.
yeah,
Like
I
she
do
just
too.
stayed quiet and like she ain't got the money to have security around them 24/7 like they do. So I really feel like she shouldn't have did it. I would have said, "Fuck yeah, it is what it is." You find out
Yeah,
what
that would have been that.
yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
me too. And like I
Because
said,
anytime you can think you're gonna call people to the front lines of the war to go hurt people that you don't have no proof on is no different than when they sit back uh, trolling subscribers and trolling people's pages, bullies. You see what I'm
right. And
saying?
like I said, I was on that side. Like
Yeah,
they
you
when
still on that side.
right, absolutely still on that side because it's just that the difference in last year and this year is that we know who we know now. We know what they do, we know who they are. Uh so and we know how to we start getting it handled. But last year, I mean I was on they was doing the exact same thing to me. I don't know if they ever tried to hack Raven or anything. I don't think so because I don't think Sco would let them hack her. But you know um hey, I was hacked. They tried to bully me. They came to my damn office, gonna get their motherfucking ass blown off. Okay. They they put some of these people because it's a group of them. It's not just one person. It's a group of them.
Mm-hmm.
They put people who are weak minded and that's probably got more to lose than even them
Yeah.
up to do their dirty work. And a lot of these people are weak minded, are mentally ill, and things of that nature, and they push them up to try to do the very ultimate, something that's going to, especially when you're dealing with somebody as paranoid as me, something that's going to
Mm-hmm.
keep them stretched.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you something. When it gets to the point, from what I'm seeing now, when it gets to the point where it becomes demented and sadistic, that to me is not about justice for Dolph, right? This is about feeding your own twisted uh, appetite for chaos. Okay, that's it and that's all. This is you needing to feel like you're in control, and you really will feel in control if some fool that's listening to you go do something to them. They already went up in the damn cookie shop. So my thing is, when you got there, what was your plans? Were your plans thwarted by uh, other people walking in, patrons walking in to shop, or what was your point in even being there? Because see, had that lady stretched one of them, then the person that is fueling all of this would have sat back and act like, hey, I don't know nothing about that. I don't know why they did that. That's a damn shame they go do that to that lady,
Right.
knowing damn well you the one that fueled it all.
Right,
And
and
and,
that's
and they
that's
did
what
and that
the investigator on my case said. You have to know if somebody comes to your place of business, somebody takes the time out to try to figure out your geographical location,
Hmm.
there has to be an end result. People don't take the time to try to violate you to figure out that type of stuff if they don't have a plan. That's the reason why it has to be documented. Something has to be done. It definitely documented so that you can protect yourself without all the bullshit that comes behind stretching a nigga out for thinking
Yeah.
they're gonna come to your house and be a threat to your person or to your place of business. And a lot of people don't understand, even if they want to troll when they letting people send them out, well, just go to her business to let her, it's documented what's going on. You're gonna get a nigga killed. And a lot of these people are just mentally distorted. Like they wanna, I don't know, I guess it's mental illness, but a lot of people would do anything to be accepted, to include put their very own lives and livelihoods in danger.
That's right. That's right. I'm gonna tell you something, and I've said it before. Let's take for instance, if somebody puts an Apple AirTag on your car, it's not for no reason, just because they like to sit back and watch your movements and see where you're going. Eventually, sitting back watching where you're going is going to lead to something else because it's for a reason. I always say when somebody's pulling up your information or somebody's trying to get your low, it's for a reason. It's not
Mm.
just to sit back because they're curious about how your day is going, because there's an ultimate end to that. There's an end game in the near future, right?
you said somebody did what now?
I was talking about the Apple AirTags. I was using that as an example. If
Oh, what
somebody
is
puts an Apple AirTag on your car, they're not putting it on there for a reason, right?
what is that?
Well, that happened to black youngster. 901 King Deshaun says, I'm glad Marcus tight lipped about it. Bitch ass bloggers, I hate them. He said, especially the ones from Georgia and Dallas. And James and Irish Range says, I like this chat because it's conversational. Lola says, all these different drugs they are onto gives the courage a lot of this mess. Got
Mm-hmm.
got to more than regular weed. They are on stuff that makes them not care about shit. They commit the most terrible crimes when they are good and high. When they come out of it, they wake up in jail or on. You absolutely right, because Lola worked
Mm-hmm.
downtown, and let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
She know because let's just take what's his name, um what's the Zeke? Is his name Zeke Kelly? Is
Yeah,
his name?
Ezekiel
Zeke
Kelly.
Kelly.
Let's take Zeke Kelly for an example. Now he went on that rampage and did all that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And now I hear it, look at how he look in court.
Mm-hmm.
He looked like they said the biggest lame that there ever was, because he has come down off of those drugs and stuff. That's right. He's humble now. He's humble
Mm-hmm.
now, a completely different person. They say going to school and all. So,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm talking about. These drugs give them, I don't know. I guess I hear that I've never done drugs. I'm not no drug addict, but I hear it gives them Superman courage. It makes them think that they can do anything, to include jump off of a building and fly like Superman with a damn cape on.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
This
so
is
when they
why
come
they.
down after they've committed so much damage, I'm sorry, ain't good enough.
Mm-hmm. This is why they committing Valentine's Day massacres in broad daylight, right?
Hmm.
How in the hell do you think you're gonna make all this noise with all these switches and poles? That kind of demonstration brings a lot of attention, right? So you got to be high out of your mind if you think ain't nobody heard a peep out of you. Are you serious? You don't think people from near and far heard all these damn gunshots?
because
It's
people want People want to do everything to be seen and do it for a like, not knowing you throwing your whole life away.
But they don't care. And like Lola Falana said, at the time, they be so damn high that they're not thinking about consequences. Nobody thinks about consequence. Nobody thinks about if I get caught. Because at the time, they're not thinking they're going to get caught. Even though the damn sun is up, the skies are blue, people are milling about the town and the city. And it's like they feel like they are man off on their own island. They don't care about the witnesses being around, that is witnesses around watching, because it's the fear tactic. You better not say nothing. You say something, I'll come take your whole family out.
Right, hey,
Dude.
right.
Hey, Michelle. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Just sitting up trying to brutally attack people via the web. And that's why I say something's got to be done, because these are cyber crimes. It's
Mm-hmm.
cyber crimes. You can't be on a federal internet threatening people's lives.
Lola says, right. I miss the old crackheads. They didn't bother people, and they'll cut your grass and fix your motor, your transmissions, paint your whole house, and will still respect you. Yeah, they'll clean the whole house for $10.
Sure would. In 5 minutes.
These meth heads and these fentanyl heads and heroin heads feel like they are entitled and they better than you. They look down. I don't smoke no crack. Crack is whack. They clean it up for $10. We kill for everything we want. Hell, they think they right.
Hmm.
We stretch a nigga for what we want. We ain't cleaning up for no money.
Hmm.
Sick, real sick.
Ain't they sick?
I, I swear they do. I used to be in the hood and hear that. I said, oh, you ever get clean away from you. You just go that tight.
But one thing I know about karma, honey, karma don't miss. And when you sitting up being a type of person that, hold on, guys.
Okay. Yeah, these fools nowadays, they don't care about nothing. Man, I never would have out of my whole entire life would ever think Memphis would ever come to this. Ever.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't have paid me to believe Memphis would ever be like this. Antonio H said 20 and up, the price and change.
I tell you.
But what I was going to say, when you're the type of person that's sitting up trolling dead people, trying to get hits put on people, or out here taking people's lives, it's just the law of the land. You can't expect for nothing to come back on you. I don't know how people think. Do you literally or really think that you can do all this dirt and nothing comes back to you?
Now you
It
can't
always
do
come back.
this. So y'all think, what am I say? Y'all think black y'all still gonna be safe coming to the federal stuff?
You know, me personally, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like uh, whatever happened, happened, and what's done is done. And going to uh, a celebrity's family member's funeral, trying to do something to him or shoot him up, not thinking that it's no law enforcement around or somebody got some eyes somewhere or even his own private personal security, you be crashing out, right? So what's the point?
Like, oh, them young niggas don't care nothing about crazy. Out, they want some stripes.
Yeah, they get some stripes, all right. They gonna get them all. They think they gonna go to that boy's funeral and act a fool. And I would put in the atmosphere, I would suggest that you don't. If you want to live to see another day, or if you don't want to be behind bars.
Mm-hmm.
Well, mm, mm, mm. hate all this stuff happen, man. But when you get to trolling people and laughing and joking, and
They
then
say
it
it's
comes.
20 and up. The price changed, laughing my ass. So it ain't $10 no more, it's 20 and up. I tell you. It says Memphis needs to expand the Memphis Mental Health Hospital and open a full service detox center instead of dumping them off in the jail. The goal
Hmm.
is to get better. We are not equipped to deal with their condition properly. I agree with you, Lola. They do. They just dump everything off in the jail. Even when I was, working for the sheriff's office, what they would do is when they would get them off the street, they would try to sneak and bring them into jail because the officers didn't want to go sit at the med. Okay, they had they was beat up or anything like that. They weren't supposed to just take them and bring them to the jail. They were supposed to take them to the hospital first. But of course the officers didn't want to sit at the damn hospital all night, so they tried to sneak and bring them to the jail. But you're right. When they mentally ill, they stay at the jail. The jail is the Shelby County Jail is like the hospital, and you're right. They are not equipped, even though they have medical, they have counselors and things of that nature. These folks need some help. They need some more type of help. All types of different energies and entities come through the jail, and it's more and more. And then that's the reason why when they get out they stand around the jail. Folks say, why in the hell folks want to stand around the damn police department? Because they're mentally ill, especially when they are living on the street. They be looking for a reason to go back into the jail so they can eat and and sleep on a cot.
Yeah. But you know what,
Uh,
Tam? These people are what are is called the lower rungs of society, right? They throwaways, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and they don't care. Same way, like with, let's take for instance a runaway, a young girl or a young boy has a chronic history of running away from home. When they do really come up missing, that's why they don't take the time or even care about looking for them. Because the first thing they'll say, they'll label them, well, they have a history of being a runaway. They're a runaway. So, they'll be back home. They want to leave, they leave, you know. So we got to get out that way of thinking. Yeah, these people have had down on their luck throughout their life. They've gotten on drugs and stuff like that. But I agree with her. There's got to be some type of change. There's got to be some type of programs to get these people back on the right track. Because we already know Ezekiel Kelly, for instance, had he been in his right mind and wasn't high off some bad drug he got a hold of, he never would have done that. That's what we have to remember. I don't think he ever would have done that in the same sober mind.
Mm-hmm. Who am I standing behind? I think I'm a stand. I'm a, I would say Mayor Harrington, because that seems to be the only person, and he's used to be the mayor. That seems to be the only person that would ever restore law and order.
Is Jeff Brown running?
Mm-hmm.
You don't think he would be able to restore order?
no, they don't like him. They they hate him.
Hmm.
I
They
think he
think,
can restore order, but he's really emotional.
yeah, he emotional and old fashioned. They don't know. They are not going for that.
Well, emotional, is that in a good way or in a way that he's passionate? Is he emotional because he's passionate about change or what?
Yep.
Well, that's what
It's
Memphis needs then, right?
I think it's a mixture of both. He's very outspoken, you know. Yeah, he's very outspoken about his views on certain things that has nothing to do with law and order. Um,
You're
hey,
a rebel.
even if I don't agree with something, I can't I would never try to make somebody else feel bad if they're not hurting anyone. You see what I mean?
Hmm.
Me
Well,
too. I don't
something.
care how old he is. We'll go Metro then and build the city up for. Absolutely, he definitely gonna go Metro. That's what's when it was Metro before. Hey, crime was down. Crime was down when it was Metro before.
about the Metro Police.
Mm-hmm.
He sure would, 'cause they wasn't bullshit. But I think they don't like Joe Brown, even though he he good at what he do. They don't like Joe Brown. Willie Harrison, he'll be the albatross to win, but here is the problem. They can't control Willie Harrison. So I think Floyd Bonner, because they can control Floyd Bonner.
Right, and Harrington is not senile. He doesn't have dementia like Biden.
Well,
Harrington is sharp.
yeah, you right. Because Harrison ran the city for damn near almost 25 years.
But go back to what you said, Sam. People got to get out and vote.
Yeah, people got to vote.
Oh, you know
That,
they ain't
but
no
see,
vote.
people don't they complain, but they don't want to stand in. The line was too long.
They'll stand in Popeye's chicken line for one of them nasty chicken sandwiches, though, won't they?
Mm-hmm.
Stand at the Nike factory all day long from
Sure do.
Mm-hmm.
from Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
I saw people sleeping outside, still sleeping outside for Black Friday. For them old ass TVs that they refurbished, they sleep outside. They get their chair and sleep outside. I knew folks they wrong, and the line still be wrapped around the damn building.
Well, just goes back to the old saying that people priorities are mixed up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they refurbish the TVs and mark the prices down so they can go and get
Mm-hmm.
them out the way. Cause my dad used to be late night stalker at Walmart. And like he was like imagine he was telling me how they operate. Yeah, they refurbish the TV, mark them down for like $100 to the most, and people going there buy them up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, people priorities are screwed up. Instead of fighting for what's right, we fight each other, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
Oh
that's
man,
sad. Like I said, you see the animals. I mean, they work together.
and
When
they ain't
folks
gonna
say
vote
when
for them.
animals don't have no sense, the hell they got sense enough to know to protect their own kind.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And these niggas ain't gonna vote for nothing but a president. That's it. That's well.
They don't understand the president ain't got a damn thing to do with what goes on in their city and county.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
Because if you miss the small and you miss it at the bottom, you might well not worry about the top.
And what's crazy to me, girl, is the disrespect for law enforcement. I mean, I have never seen, even here in my city, I have never seen. I saw a video on YouTube, Tam, where the police was inside the gas station convenience store part at the counter, and there was three dudes in there. Do you know one dude had the audacity, and he started fighting the police trying to wrestle his gun from him. I think he actually got it, but that level of disrespect. And I'm gonna tell you something now. Had the police officer actually was able to get his gun out the holster, if he wasn't fighting, if he was able to get his gun out his holster and pop that dude, then somebody like Ben Crump would have been all over that, right? Regardless of what the video say and is showing, they still want to uphold the uh, unlawful deeds of these criminals. And that's the problem or the issues that I have. Um, this upholding of these unlawful deeds and these criminals having more rights than the victims. That's what pisses me off. We got to change that,
Right.
because if there's like solidified, solid proof and you on camera doing something, I don't think, I understand due process and all of this stuff, but I don't feel like we should be dragging the taxpayers' money out while you sitting up in court talking about you innocent. You get a 1 or 2 day trial, that's it and that's all. We don't need to drag this out for 3, 4, 5 weeks while your defense attorney sending up their line for you.
And then here come Ben Crump, Al Sharp, investigate all these old victim motherfuckers come out with Marsh, Epstein.
Yeah, you see a lot of victims in these cases, and sometimes they never get justice, or they get half justice.
And
And
maybe
I'm
one
tired of all this plea dealing, where we made a deal with them because We really don't know if we could have actually won the case. So we gave and went on and gave him a 5 piece. It's like, are you serious? I'm
Yeah.
walking around with permanent injuries and I'm disabled for the rest of my life because this fool tried to kill me. And you're going to tell me that you just slapped him on the wrist because you wasn't sure. We got to fight it out. We're going to have to duke it out with them and
Hmm.
make sure they get their just due time. They got to get their time and stay on that time. Don't send somebody to 30 years and then you look up 2 years later, this clown back on the streets.
Right. And then they go file all these lawsuits. Meanwhile, Ben Crumpet manipulating you to the T, getting 33 or a third of your money, and you still
Hmm.
losing out like a damn fool.
Shit, and I'm gonna tell you something. See, when citizens turn back into, or started turning into, what was that character off Martin Lawrence show? Remember him,
Roscoe?
Jones? What was that, Samurai Jones? What was that dude with the bald head? He was a
Oh,
kung
yeah.
fu dude.
Tommy.
No, he used to play. Martin would do the character with the kung fu dude. Um,
Yeah, I forget what his name is.
when citizens start turning into fighters and protectors, that'll stop a lot of this criminal activity. It's gonna make a lot of these young cats think about who they running up on, right? Yeah,
Right.
start stretching their butts and laying them out. Then they're gonna think twice about, breaking up into people's houses or running up on folks trying to steal their cars and stuff.
Yeah, all you gotta do is kill them.
Lola says the criminals are semi-winning. There is talk of shutting down business early due to crime on bill. The business owners lose money while they just come right because they are afraid of lawsuits. So the if I mean like when they surrounded that officer the other day and jumped that officer, that was a threat to his life. He had a right to shoot somebody down. But now they fixed it where at this point, because of the mayor and the city council, which they all got to go, the officers can't. They have to think twice about defending themselves. That was an immediate threat that he was supposed to take down, and he didn't do it because I'm sure of fear of what would happen, him going to jail. So that mayor needs to go. That mayor needs to go. The city council needs to go because no officer that has an immediate threat, just like we don't want officers killing innocent people, we don't want thugs and stuff feeling like they can surround and become a threat to innocent officers that's out there to protect and serve, and nothing happened. Because if it had been me, that was an immediate threat. Somebody would have been stretched.
That's right.
I
That's
know
right.
that's right. Put that in the box.
Russell, you're right. He said that's why street justice is needed. You can't depend on no cops to protect you. They trying to get a check and go home. Absolutely. See, when we start taking back our communities, and I'm not, trying to promote any type of civil unrest or anything like that. But at the end of the day, we're going to start taking our communities back. We're going to have to take them back where the kids can walk to school and not get hit by a stray bullet. These kids should be able to play on the front yard or in the backyard or sleep even in their bed without a damn stray bullet coming through their bedroom window killing them. We
Right.
got to take our streets back because these people have become so emboldened. They just hopping out in broad daylight, like letting them go, and don't care who's around. There's kids around. It's been festivals, summer festivals here. People giving block parties and stuff like that. So anytime y'all can hop out of a car, 2, 3 cars deep, and see a block party going on with kids outside, grandparents and parents, and just let it rip because you saw one of your ops. Are you serious? No, we got to start stretching them. It's like, no, you're not gonna do that.
Right. You gotta go see your maker. We're gonna holler at you.
That's right, Russell. Because back then, the Black Panthers, them organizations back in the '60s and back in the day, they stood for something.
Right. They didn't play all that.
But you see how the government didn't like what they stood for. It was too organized. It was too much unity. You see what I'm saying? They don't like that black power, that black unity. You
Right.
know. And that's why we in the state that we in today. There's so much dissension amongst the African American community. You know, there's no unity. The only unity I just saw recently was that boat incident where everybody, picked up, somebody picked up a chair, somebody swam across the water to help a brother out. But wouldn't it be nice if we could be like that all day, every day, unified?
Yeah.
And we so it's so many black people that have no sense of direction and how we need to move. And you see it, like Tam said, you see it here on YouTube. I never thought in my life I would sit back and see black people attack black people just because they get one or two views more than them, or they feel like they're getting a more cash app or more audience members or subscribers. I mean, it's just utterly ridiculous. I'm like, at what point do you get your mind right and say, you know what, I need to unify with my brothers and sisters? I guess never, huh? If you're a hater.
That's too much like right.
Dragonfly Jones, Neo, that's who I was trying to think of. Remember that character,
Yeah,
Cypress?
yeah, the one that had the thing on the head.
Yeah, he had that one tooth missing. That
Yeah.
fool, Dragonfly Jones. Martin Lawrence show gave us a bunch of laughs, I tell you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just would love to one day. I guess I'm about to sound like Martin Luther King, but one day I just wish that we could just all come together and be unified and realize we are not each other ops. We have gotten so complacent with letting jealousy and hate override who we supposed to be as a people.
Right.
And it's just sad. It's just a sad state of affairs, that you can hate on somebody else and get so mad at them because of what they have. And like Tam say all the time, what's for you, God will give it to you. But if God gave it to somebody else before he gave it to you, would you gonna kill everybody that gets something before you do?
Right.
Yeah. All right. Tam, you still there? You got quiet, huh? You still with
Yeah, I'm
us?
here.
Oh,
They said
Yeah.
bring the Black Panther Party back. Dragonfly Jones. Let's see. Y'all
remember
hit
that?
the like button. I'm looking at I was fixing me some coffee. Um hit the like button, y'all. We don't even have 100 likes in here. Run the likes up. It's 140 people in here, only 90 likes. Run the likes up, you guys. Run it up. Keep hitting the like button. It's free. Keep hitting the like button.
Yeah, it's free.
So Cypress, what kind of lady do you like?
What kind of lady do? Oh, good question. I like nice women, but I didn't deal with so much crazy.
Cypress, you like chocolate women. Didn't you say Vanessa was cute?
He said he got a weakness for red women. That's what he said.
No, just yesterday he liked chocolate. Now I guess he liked both, a little bit of both, huh?
Yeah, a little bit of both won't hurt, but red women can be mean sometimes. 'Cause I just dealt with a red woman for like a couple of years.
I'm gonna tell you something, Cypress, about as y'all call them red bones, but I don't think women of any shade is gonna take any foolishness if she has any respect for herself, right? And it's the same way with a man. A man shouldn't let a woman treat him any kind of way. A man shouldn't let a woman dog him out just because he may be her last resort. There's somebody. Mama used to always say, "It's somebody for everybody," right?
Right.
So what one don't do, somebody else will. Um, and if somebody's treating you like you feel like you shouldn't be treated, and they're not returning the same love to you or reciprocating to you what you giving them, then ain't nothing wrong with letting them go. Cause see, I ain't gonna hold on to no damn deadbeat or a loser.
That's right. That's
Well,
right.
I think
I think now women be in competition with other women. That's it. It ain't necessarily that they want the man. It's just that they want to prove to a woman that they view as being better than them that they can take him, or you ain't no better than me because he messing with me too. When the women can stop all that, all one got to say is you can have him. I'm gone, and that'll
I
stop all that because he won't have nobody because the other woman ain't gonna want him no more either.
See, I
bet
always
you,
tell people, I say,
bet
let me
you
tell
this,
you
bro.
something. If she took him and I no longer was messing with him, or we used to deal together, she took the headache away, right? You can have him because if I ain't messing with him, that means that he was not somebody that I felt like he was worthy of my time, no longer worthy of my time. And another thing about um, love triangles don't end well. So
Joe,
while you think, yeah,
Especially not now.
somebody
no,
going to jail, somebody going to hell, and
These women stretching these men out, especially if they've been with them for a long time and
I
they think
do.
they're gonna play on them. I've been with you, nigga, all this time, and you think you gonna go over you. These women stretching these men out. They
and the
haven't even
women too, they killing their
they're
competition
killing
off
the
too.
women too. That's the
Yeah.
reason why it's not good when you see that when you have when you dealing with somebody and that because most women zone in on other women. They already know. If they have an obsession with that other woman, let that man. If a woman has an a man is messing with has an obsession with you, do not deal with that man. Okay, do not deal with that man because it will not end well. She will stretch you out.
Yes,
But,
ma'am.
picture this though. What if you don't pick up on it? It's too late. Then what you do?
Pick up on what? That he cheating or what?
No, that they got an obsession with you, like
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Obsessed people, Cypress, can't hide their hand that long, right?
Absolutely.
They don't hide their hand for too long before they eventually let you know they obsessed or they feeling some kind of way about you.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the psyche. They can't get around it
They
because
just can't.
their mental state won't let them hide and keep the mask up.
And
mhm.
they're always trying to outdo. It's I don't, it's really a sickness.
Yeah.
I think my dealings with relationships have came back from like my early days. You know, like when karma come back and get like, 'cause I was a, I was a. My mom used to be like, I don't see how they put them. I'm glad I kind of changed my ways since high school. 'Cause my mom would be like, boy, I don't see how they did.
You was a so and so, huh?
Huh? Yeah, my mom just said, I don't see how they did too. I don't see, cause I wouldn't deal with your ass 5 minutes and you my son.
But you know, I'm gonna tell you this, and I say that everybody that you meet is not going to be the person a lot of times that you wind up with, right? So people think that they obligated to continue to date somebody just because they met them or because they went out on a few dates with them. You just because you go out with somebody a couple of times, don't make yourself feel like you obligated to continue to see them or be bothered with them, especially if you know if it's somebody that is not fitting into your scheme of things, your grand scheme of things regarding your own life. Somebody's not meshing and gelling with you. Don't play with, see, that's why a lot of people get hurt too. Don't play with people's feelings and don't lead people on. Don't stray nobody on, string nobody along.
Right, you
You
gotta
know, if
be
you're not feeling somebody, tell them that. But you know what, Tam? Unfortunately, uh, Tam and Cypress, unfortunately, you get some people that get, for whatever sick, twisted reason, get attached to you. And some of them don't be knowing you but a week or a month. And
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason, they can get so mentally attached to you, or you got some people that can't take rejection. So even if you're not feeling them and you don't want to string them along and you tell them, just feel like we're on different paths, but hey, you cool, take care of yourself and I hope life is good to you. Mentally deranged person is not trying to hear that. Oh, who the hell he or she thinks she is gonna cut me? You ain't gonna cut me off. You're gonna deal with me. And they
Mm-hmm.
keep that's when the stalking and the all this crazy behavior comes and they want to do drive-bys by your house, flatten your tires, bust your windows out, simply
Mm-hmm.
because they don't like you. So
mm-hmm.
people have got to learn to say, hey, I don't want nobody that don't want me. And I got to move on. You don't stay stuck on stupid and stuck on somebody that don't want you and then start harassing them and stalking them and doing all this crazy mess.
Right. True. You right about that though.
That's true. And like you said, I mean, the human mind can be. It's a lot of people sick because somebody can look at you, never don't know you nothing else, and you remind them of something, and they will their mind they will become they will attach themselves to you.
Yeah. I've heard men say they started dating a new lady or whatever, and she can do one thing that reminds him of his crazy baby mama, right? And all of a sudden, his whole attitude will change against the new woman because something that she does or says reminds him of his baby mama. So I just go upside her damn head, but she just, she remind me of my baby mama. Well, why are you with her? If this girl remind you your crazy baby mama, then leave that young lady alone and let her go head on.
Hmm.
Then it turns into, well, I don't want her, but I don't want nobody else to have her. Or it turns into, if I can't have you, ain't nobody gonna have you. I'm like, we living in some twisted times.
Hmm. Lola
Man,
says facts. There are a lot of broken men out here, very confused. Right. I was going to say a confused man can't do nothing for a woman, but leave her alone. Period.
Manny,
And there are a lot of broken men that are looking for mamas.
well, I've been confused the whole lot, huh? I'm just playing. Man,
Well, you said Cypress. You said that you was confused. You was going from back and forth to one woman to the other.
yeah, I was at one point,
And so what happened? So why did it end?
well, you know how it be. One woman trying to get tired of your bull job, they like, nigga, it's rap. You know what I'm saying? Then the other girl, she gonna quit. She gonna fall back because the competition. You know what I'm saying? The
Hmm.
competition. No need to play the game no more. You know how the game goes.
yeah. So that means she didn't want to be with you to
She
begin
didn't
with.
really want you anyway. She just wanted to prove to the other girl that she could get you to be with her.
But man, and that mean we all won because I had fun while it lasted. So that mean we all won. We all won something out this shit. She did. Yeah.
But you was the lonely one in the end, though, weren't you?
Hey, but I had fun while the ride was good. That's
Cypress
all
say
that
he ain't never gonna be lonely. He a cat daddy. He ain't gonna never be lonely. That's right. That's funny,
Okay.
Cypress.
matters.
What Cypress are you dating somebody now?
Uh, kind of, sort of, but then, kind of, sort of, but I don't know. Not
So,
have blood.
so you ain't put no label on it, and that's okay. See, mature people, I think once you get older, you just kind of just can casually see somebody without really putting a label on it, right? It's kind of like, hey,
Right.
you cool, I'm cool, we enjoy each other company, and when we get together, it's all love. You know what I'm saying? When we apart, you do your thing and I do mine. See,
Yeah.
I'm kind of one of them women. I'm not a clingy woman. I've never been a clingy woman. And I don't like a clingy type of man. Don't blow up my phone all day. When you know I'm at work, I'm at work. When I'm sleeping, I'm sleeping. Please don't come with the 20 questions: who, what, how, when, where, and why, I ain't heard from you. Why you gonna answer your phone? Don't do that. Because see, if
Well,
that's the quickest way to get rid of me. Now, some women like all of that, they eat all of that attention up. I'm not an attention type of person. I don't need all that attention. So people are different, and I've been accused of not caring, or, you don't care nothing about this relationship. You don't want to be in no relationship. I said, why? Because I'm not a clingy person. So I've gotten to the point at my in my mid 50s where, I'm kind of like, hey, I see you when I see
right. Well, if they ever tell you they from Memphis, then run, because them niggas sure gonna ask you about 50 questions off the top.
you. I don't play police games, right? Shit, don't go interrogating me, because see, you can't get none of that out of me. I'm not getting ready to I'm not getting ready to uh do all of that with nobody. And I'm the type of woman, I don't go through nobody's phone. If I got to go through your phone and start hiding behind bushes and following you 10 cars back to see what you're doing or where you're going, I don't want to be bothered with
Man, look, I'm a firm believer. I gotta have a lock code on my phone when I get to the house. I don't need to be there. Love the time me to go. I've been there too long.
you. Yeah, yeah. So, all of that. See, if I'm dating somebody, they can have their phone right on top of my forehead. You hear me? And I won't
Hmm.
touch it because I don't care. I don't care about all of that. Um, I really don't because I feel like don't nobody have ownership over nobody. See, that's the problem. People start acting like they own their mates or somebody that they date. You don't own nobody, and you can't control what nobody do.
Right.
Man, they turn a relationship to an NBA contract real quick.
Thank you, Gwendolyn Gloss.
You be like, man, what the hell you on? Hey man,
Yeah,
it
it's so sad.
sometimes it could.
You find yourself by yourself. You have to be very careful because, like I said, you look at all of it's more and more people. You have to be careful about who you let into your space, anyways.
You got
And I
that
was
right.
saying earlier, especially these ones that ain't worth the damn. These women kind of bait them in by taking care of them. That's a no anyways. Because
Hmm.
anybody, I wouldn't even want to bait nobody in by giving them. They ain't getting no money anyways. But I wouldn't even want to bait them in by doing that because at some point you're gonna get tired, and when you get tired, that Negro ain't gonna want to hear that you're not getting ready to take care of him anymore. That's the reason why a lot of they killing these women.
Sure
Yep.
will.
Cypress, you said that. Remember when you said that? They
Mhm.
kill these girls because
Yeah. Yeah, they kill you when they decide they don't want to take care of them no more. And they, oh, you ain't finna go take care of no nothing, nigga. Oh, you finna go to Jesus real quick. You crazy.
yeah. It's sad though. And see, I'm the type of person I love my space. I really do. I do good if I'm dating somebody, Sam and Cypress, if I'm dating somebody, they do good to see me maybe 3, 4 times a month. You know what I mean? That to me will suffice. I don't need to see you every waking moment. I don't want to roll over in my bed and your eyes pop open and look at me like you Dracula. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You wake up to go to the bathroom, you turn over and open your eyes, and they just laying there staring at you. Oh hell no! That shit is creepy. It's like, you know how it go. So I'm a very, very meticulous about my space. I love being by myself, and like I say, when we meet up in the middle, enjoy each other's company, and then I'll see you later. I'll see you, in another couple of
Oh
weeks or
yeah.
whatever. It is what it is. Because see, I like to date somebody that's got agenda. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I don't like no nothing ass, ain't doing nothing with his life type of dude that ain't got no
Um,
more time on his hands. You know what I'm saying?
um,
See, the dude that's got too much time on his hands want too much of your time, want to monopolize all your time. And I don't like that.
oh yeah, you want a deacon.
Yeah.
Look, Shirai said that's an arrangement, not dating.
Well, hey, at my age, I guess it is an arrangement, an entanglement. Hell, because to be honest with you, I'm at that stage too. I done been there, done that. I'm not looking to be married, so I'm not husband hunting. So
I
some
was going to
women,
say, would you like to get married?
no, 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 not at this stage in my life. I'm fine being single. I love being single because, like I say, I love my space, and I'm a bit of a loner, and I don't want the responsibility of having a husband because I feel like once you take on a marriage, it's really a whole different level. It's really a responsibility. It's
It
your
is
responsibility to make sure that you adhere to your marital vows, right?
right. I think people slow their life down when they do that.
Yeah, so I'm fine with arrangements. You know what I'm saying? Because I have arranged for you to go to your place and I go to mine.
Oh, you cold blooded, but I like you. You cold
Yeah.
blooded. Nah, I can't never. My auntie got mad at me. Said, I can't see how y'all do that long term, man.
Yeah. But my thing is if you keep it real in the door, and tell what it is in the door. You shouldn't really have any problems. And I'm good at really keeping my distance and not allowing myself to uh, get too emotional, too many emotional ties. Because a
Mm.
Right.
lot of times when too much emotion come into the game, that's when stuff changes, right? So now I got to deal with who, what, how, when, where, and why, right? No, no thanks.
Well, let me ask y'all something. Because we starting to see all of these murders that's taking place of these men and these women in relationships. I'm trying to think. Did this just start happening, and we're just now getting social media and paying closer attention to it? Because I don't remember this type of stuff really happening like that before.
What type of stuff?
All these murders from these relationships.
No, it just to me it's been it's picking up. I'll say it's becoming more prevalent now.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
What you think is going on? Why these folks old enough to know better?
because these women start out like you want to babysit this nigga, take care of this nigga, and then you infatuated off the thug image, and then when you see you ain't getting nowhere with it, you ready to kick the nigga to the curb. And now his family probably tired of him. You been taking care of him, and you tired of him. Ain't got nowhere to fall back on, so now he ready to take you up out of here. Cause
And it's
you
the
tired of
ego.
the nigga.
I think it's the male ego and the female ego, and I'm just going to say, vice versa. It's people egos. People feel like, I should be able to call you. I should be able to be with you. I should be able to do whatever I want to do with you because I'm me and you're you. And my ego tells me I get to have what I want when I want it. I'm in control. See, you got a lot of control freaks out here. It's the same way when you tell somebody, I don't feel like talking right now, or please don't say that, and they continue to do it and disrespect your wishes, then that to me says that person has a problem. You're going to have a problem out of that person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Because if they
you
like that in the door, they're going to continue to be like that until something comes to a head. I've seen it here on Tamara's chat. She say, hey, don't say this, don't do that. And, you got a couple of people that still feel like, it's my way or the damn highway. I'm going to continue. I'm going to say what I want to say. And no, 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 I'm saying this. No, dude, you respect my wishes. So you got those same people that do that over here. Guess what? They probably that same way in their own personal relationships with people, right? You got
Mm-hmm.
people that just can't take rejection, and you got people that can't take no for an answer.
That's true.
but I think God gonna say that little old Cypress gotta settle down in this.
Cypress, you ought to be ready to settle down and not have all, especially you in your 30s, right?
Right.
Ooh, cause so you dating women that's a whole like another generation. It's not, it wouldn't be even good for you to be trying to play with and date women in your age bracket, play with them because they think differently.
Sure do.
So wait a minute, let me address this. Neil said, I don't settle down with nonchalant woman. No thanks. Well, Neo, I wouldn't be the type of woman, my type, not saying me personally, but my type of woman wouldn't be for you. So you have to settle down with someone that's going to conform to the type of woman that you need in your life. And then this S drizzle, I don't know who this dizzle, this dingaling S, what is this S dizzy? Like you're dizzy, you dizzy in the head. He says, Neo, absolutely. A woman like that will say anything without caring about the outcome. S S S Dizzle. Okay, I was reading that wrong. Yeah, no, I don't care about the outcome of a lot of stuff that I don't have no control over. You know what I mean? Because like I say, I'm not going to sit back and take my wonder years and try to control a man and run behind him and see what the hell he do got going on. I don't care. So yeah, that's a true statement about me. I don't care about the outcome. Now you can call me or you don't have to call me. You can see me or you don't have to see me. I don't care. I'm not living my life and basing the success of my life based on having a man that I got to run behind and coddle and babysit and do all this foolishness. No, I ain't got time for that now. I leave that to the 20 and 30 and 40-year-old chicks. I'm too old for that.
Joy Loves God says, no, it's been happening. My cousin was unalive by her abusive boyfriend back in the 60s. He would beat her and shot her, left her in body cast for 1 year.
Oh,
And
wow.
she went back to, and he unalived her.
Yeah, see,
Wow.
that's what I'm talking about.
Oh man, cold blooded.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Hey, no, how you
Well,
doing,
it's a
bro?
lady that I used to work with said that, her dad used to get drunk and he would come in and he would get the shotgun and always threaten to shoot her mother, and she would run into their room. And she said one night, she said she was the oldest, she heard him, and this was in the 60s, and he told her, "I'll shoot you." And she said she heard the gun go off, and she heard her mama say, "You shot me." And she said her dad said, "No, I didn't shoot you, but I will shoot you." And the gun went off again, and then she didn't hear her mother no more. And
Oh,
she said
wow.
that her dad ended up, she said she remembered her dad hugging them. And when the police came to get him, she called the police. I know they had to traumatize her. She called the police and for them to come and get her dad and to come and get her mother. And she
Mm.
says that his mother ended up having to raise all of them because it was like 6 or 7 of them. And so she said that her dad ended up having to go to a mental institution, and he
Mm.
was because they said he was mentally ill. And so he didn't do any jail time. She said, but all those when he finally got out, all those years he was kind of standoffish from them because she could tell that he felt a lot of guilt. So when he would come around, he would be very, very standoffish. She said they had to tell him that they forgave him for what he did. But yeah, so I guess it has been happening for a while, but it's not as prevalent now. I do believe that her dad had a mental illness, but these people now just cannot accept rejection.
Look how many domestic violence situations we are seeing here lately, Tam, and it's a lot of them that's happening in the black community now. It used to be a time that where you didn't hear a lot of that black women losing their lives, leaving their newborns and their 2, 3-year-old kids or their children behind because the dude can't handle them wanting to leave them. You didn't hear a lot about that, but now I mean, it seemed like it's a new case every day where these sisters are being killed, all because they want to get on with their life.
Yeah, it's cold blooded.
Yeah, it's a cold-blooded thing. Oh, S Dizzy say my name is Steven. Oh, that's Steven. You change your name so often, I didn't know who the hell you was. You got a new page every day. What's up with that? So that seemed like some stalkerish behavior. Keep changing your name every day. I didn't know who the hell you was. But yeah, we keep getting a lot of domestic violence situations, and it seems to be a case happening every day. There's a couple of young ladies that I follow on YouTube, and they strictly do domestic violence cases. And when I tell you, it seems like these young ladies do a case every day, something is happening. And it's sad how black women are losing their lives at an alarming rate. Now, that's not to say that black women don't take out black men, but it's not as often. It's not as frequent.
Man,
Mm-mm-mm.
no folks heard about that lady that got off out there to shoot her husband, the pastor, and everybody got to shoot niggas. A lot of niggas got to get shot.
Yeah, yeah. It's so sad though, because I hate, I really feel sorry. Anybody lose their life, from Dolph on down to the average, let's say the average working lady or working man. So I say from a celebrity or well-known person, just on down to the everyday people. I hate for people to lose their lives to someone that can't control their emotions and leave their children behind. I really feel sorry for the kids. That just does something to me on the inside to know that these kids will never have a relationship with their parent, all because someone could not control their emotions.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true.
See, these women these days, and this is what these guys have to understand. Back when our grandmothers or our mothers or our great grandmothers, back in their day, they held on for dear life. That's why you had 40, 50, 60-year marriages, right? They literally held on till death do them part. These new school women now, they're not taking all that mess. They might, give you a rope and let you hang yourself. And when they get tired of you, they ready to bounce. They like, no, dude, I'm not gonna go out here and work two, three jobs, come home, feed the kids, cook, clean, while you've been laying up in the house playing what's some damn games they play? GTA all day. No, I'm not gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
I come home on my lunch break and you got the damn cocktail table full of weed and empty beer cans while I'm out slaving. So, this is a new breed of women. We not our grandmothers where they held on into a bad marriage, wasn't happy, and just held on in there until one of them croaked.
And got the insurance money.
Right.
Well, they stayed around 'cause they know it was. They knew it was something on the end of the tunnel for 'em, so they had to stick in there.
Yeah. And you're right about that, Manny. Restraining orders don't do nothing. These fools don't care nothing about no damn restraining order.
And them folks said GTA.
Diane said they started eating booty, driving them crazy. These folks is ooh child.
Diane. Yeah, it's like they hate women. Anytime you can beat a woman, I was looking at a video on Facebook because they have all these DM cases on there. I was looking at a young lady, and I think it's called I Am Something, I Am Seen. And they tell all about their domestic violence. And one lady said, and you should see her face. I mean, he beat her. She said he was beating her like a man. He beat her so in her face that her one eye is permanently
Blind.
closed.
Damn.
So anytime you can wail on a woman like that you say that you love or you care about, uh, yeah, hey, don't love me. I'll see you when I see you. Cause see, if it's got to be like that, I don't. That kind of love I don't want. It's like they
Mm.
literally hate women. And like Tam say, go live your truth. Because if I'm not what you want, then go live your truth. You ain't got to disfigure my face because you
Right.
really hate women.
Not live your truth.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
And
cold
that's what
blooded.
be going on. They don't know how to go live their truth. And I'm gonna tell you something. When you see a man that um go from woman to woman to woman to woman, they real whorish. They have to have different women. It is because no woman can satisfy them.
that's
They
right.
running from what it is that they really want, and that usually is a man.
That's right. That's
Oh
right.
my, oh my God.
That's right.
Because no
Because
no man that's clean want to be up in between a lot of different women. It's really sickening to like and I don't people can do what they want to do, but I've always just felt like it was gross to be sleeping with two men, not necessarily in two men at the same time, not at one time in the bed together, but I'm saying having two different boyfriends. I mean, or as they say, I'm just kicking it, different men that you kicking it with. I can't understand how women allow men up into their temple like that. I couldn't do that. I can't
hmm
even. I gotta damn near love a man to kiss him, just to kiss him, because kissing somebody that I don't even like is gross. I can't
hmm
do it. So I gotta almost, if I kiss him, you better know I almost love him.
that's right. That's right.
Y'all wilding this morning.
Man, look, can you imagine letting somebody in your temple for $40?
Hell
I
no.
mean, what is going on with our young black queens? I'm like, girl, everybody know what the what your butt crack look like, your coochie look like, and you just spread it, clapping, 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 and it's so degrading. And I don't know at what point did these young girls get to the point where they don't have any self-respect or self-decency or class or morals, where you feel like, you need to reveal all of your godly given womanhood to strangers. I can't do it. And
I
maybe that's the
agree.
old school in me. Maybe, y'all come from a new generation because we out here getting a bag, baby. I'm a boss bitch. I'm getting a bag. Well, the
Baby,
hell with a
both
bag.
of
I'm gonna
us
leave
gonna
that.
get
That's one
money.
bag I'm gonna leave behind now. Shit.
They sure
Forty
do it.
dollars,
These
$40.
young girls,
What the
that's the reason
$40
why
papa do?
you see so many men with their old asses. They in their damn 60s and 70s and 80s, and they divorcing their wives all to be trying to get their grave slot together. Okay. And they sitting up because they can go pay $40 for a blowjob. Sit in the
Well,
of a hamburger place, and a young girl pull up to get $40, and you can't, because when I go to the nail shop, it costs me all in $98. So when they say they're getting their
mhm.
nails done, they're not getting their damn nails done. I don't know what in the hell you can buy with $40 but a loaf of bread.
Oh
So you
man.
got to go. You got to go lick to the center of a Tootsie Pop 3 different damn times, $40 3 different times, $40 a piece just to get your nails done, huh? So
Yep,
you
that's
done had 3 different lollipops on you. Girl, please. I mean, I just can't uh, wrap my mind around it, right? Um, so be it old. I'd rather be old school and lame. Call me what you want to, but I get you. I bet you one thing: I ain't ran through. See, because when you allow yourself to be run through, and then when you meet the one and he figure out your past, or then you done lost the one that got away, right? Because most men that's got some class ain't gonna want no woman that's been ran through.
right.
No. And they doing all this for $40, y'all, for real.
Because
Yeah,
you got to know that he's a different type, a sick, if you like women that have been ran through. And I think what happens is decent women, they sometimes they put themselves in that line of fire because they feel like, well, I'm different, and if he see I'm a good woman, if he won't and has a fetish and used to women that have been ran through, there is nothing you could ever do other than put yourself through a bunch of hell that you ain't got to go through when you can get you a good man and sit down somewhere. Cause
Yeah.
it's a lot of good men out there, and I know that for a fact. There are a lot of good men out there that desire good women, but they put themselves in the line of fire. Like what for Falona, what was her name? Falona was saying earlier. Fiona was saying earlier. These men have issues, and a lot of good women put themselves with these men that are confused, that have issues, that have sick, twisted fetishes, and you'll never be able to please them because you have standards. Some men
Yeah.
like women that are being ran through.
yeah.
I mean,
But
wait a
I
minute.
mean, at the end of the day, when he get ready to settle down, I don't care how much he done spread himself out here in these streets. When he gets ready to mentally settle down and become that mature, you better believe he gonna go get him a Harriet Tubman type. You see what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be no Kim Kardashian that he marry. He gonna marry somebody that is uh, low key, laid back, been about handling her business and been a good girl all her life, right? Because at the end of the day, I think most men ultimately, when they get ready to choose a life partner, they choose someone that's got their head screwed on the straight, that got a business mind, that can help them further along in life, and they build up of what each other already had before they met each other. You see what I'm saying? Because, see, you can't be on one level in life and then turn around and grab somebody up out the streets that ain't never did shit with their life, because they're going to pull you down. They can't help you grow and do nothing. You'll be stuck with somebody, you'll be stuck with a dependent, right?
Absolutely. And I want to say this too to women, because more women have gold, they have gold mines, they have winter mines winners minds that God has blessed them with. They have business minds, and they know how to take something and accessorize it and make it better, especially as it relates to you might meet a man or something, and he ain't where he could be, but if he get with a good woman, and especially if she got like a Mia J, she got
Yeah,
a business mind or whatever, she could help to take him to the top.
that's
But
right.
a lot of these women need to be careful with these no good men, because they see that you got a winner's mind, you got a business mind, and they like women that have been ran through. Okay, they like whores. So you have to be very careful about casting your pearls to swine, because you will help that nigga to come up, only to make the whores that he really want him more, and he will leave you for them, because you was never what he wanted. So be extremely careful about who you help. That's the reason why you see so many women in divorce now, and they're very angry and stuff, because they go, I helped that nigga to make it to the top, I helped them to do this, I helped them to do that. I had a woman to call me about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and she was telling me where she lived at, where her house was and stuff, and she was talking about how she had helped him, and she made him CAO of her business, even though he wasn't qualified, taught him everything, and was paying him 36 damn $100 a week, because she was the one that was making all the money. And she said he couldn't stop cheating, and he took all the money. And I mean, she said he got extremely disrespectful. She upgraded him, and he gave her his ass to kiss. Stop casting your pearls to swine. If them niggas don't come into your life and help to bring any value to your life, because a man is supposed to help to pull a woman up. If he ain't coming and helping and bringing no value to your life, let him go on and be with the sluts, and they ain't got no winner's mind. Okay, but let them be together. You don't help him to come up so that he can, you know, go and give you his ass to kiss. But a lot of women are doing that.
Yeah, that's true. That's so true. Yes, indeed. All
Cold
I say
game.
is just be true to yourself. You know what I mean? If you like a particular type of person, don't settle, you know, and
Right.
be straight up. That's all. That's it. And that's all. You know, that's the moral of the story, really. Be
Because
true to
if
yourself.
you look at it, if you ask God, and more women can say this, and men too, if you ask, a lot of times, if you ask God for, you write down, because folks say, I told God, I prayed for what I want him to be kind, I want him to be loving, I want him to be a provider, and that's what I prayed for. But the person you laying next to ain't none of that.
That's right.
That means you should have waited it out.
That's right.
You played yourself, dummy.
Stop
That's
settling.
why that's why Cypress gonna wait it out. I might be looking like Fred Sanford after the way it go.
No, it ain't gonna be that long, baby.
I'm
And you know
just
why I say that, Cypress? Because you seem like a genuine dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, I'm a woman that know what she wants. Uh, I think, especially if you don't see someone. See, there's a type of women. Everybody has a type, right? We got
right.
women out here that love thug loving, right? They don't want nobody if they ain't got bullet wounds and stab wounds and got a rap sheet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you got some men that don't like women if they ain't tatted up and got BBL. So whatever your type is, but you know, I always say that good people, attract good people, right? So when you
Right.
just good people, you know, I don't see Cypress, you know, with your type of personality having any problems getting a real genuine lady. Anybody
Never.
can get a girl, but I'm talking about a lady, a real lady, a woman.
Yeah, right. Preacher, I'm with you on your mic.
Amen. Amen. Let the church say amen.
That's it.
Yeah, hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Okay, like, share, and
Hit the
subscribe.
like button, people.
And Sherrod, you're right. You got some women out here that ain't satisfied until the dude got his damn hand around her neck. She equate that with love.
Mhm. You know what? I've known some women to say that. I know that nigga love me because he go crazy. He get jealous and beat me. You right. They equate that to love.
Yeah, yeah. And
Man,
see, I'm gonna tell you something. That's why you see a lot of women that be making excuses. They go around their families with long sleeves or sun shades
days.
on. Girl, what happened to your eye? None, girl. I ran into the door. Hee 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 hee. But then it's not funny no more when he choked you to the point where you pass out, and now you see he's serious. Cause see, these ain't no longer love taps. This is now him. He done turned into literally on multiple occasions of trying to take your life, right?
And
And the times that he let you up for air and let you come back to consciousness means
mm,
that he just spared your life. And if you stay with him, you living on borrowed time, right?
sure will, cause he gonna turn them love tap into a hardcore match. I don't know
Yeah,
how you gonna make him do that.
yeah.
Mm.
And I don't
When
want to
does
live. I don't want to
Tim,
be with nobody that I'm living on borrowed time with.
I know that's right. I don't like ticking time bombs either. Gwendolyn said, Miss Tam, I don't know if you can see my comment because it might be too long. Seek God to know what gate has been opened in Memphis relating to the spirit realm. Absolutely.
Amen. So
I agree. And see, people have gotten to the point too where they don't uh, look at their relationships or look at each other. And I ain't even talking about. I'm not even talking about domestic relationships. I'm just talking about relationships with humankind, mankind. People don't look at each other with godly eyes no more. They really
mm,
don't. They look at each other with evil intent. You know what I mean?
right.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. I'm just saying that, we've gotten to the point where, and sometimes society has forced us. We see so much in the streets. Society has forced us to start looking at each other side-eyed, everybody that you meet, right? Because you can't trust nobody, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm.
Remember back in the day, I remember back in the day, and growing up in the Midwest, we used to always hear about the Southern hospitality. Oh, you go down south, them people that live down south, ooh, they just have great Southern hospitality. They such good natured, good-hearted people.
When they want to
And
fit in.
unfortunately, I think some of the bigger city characteristics have rubbed off on the good-hearted Southern soul people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, I just, just remember that people used to talk about the Southern hospitality. But see, it seems like now you come to the South, you might get your head chopped off.
It sure will. You damn right.
Linda said turtleneck in the summer because you got bruises around your neck. Manby TV says the South done caught up. The South done caught up. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
well, that's the way it appears. It seems that's happening, and even, these younger people have adopted that kill or be killed mentality. Everything's about, it's so dark. You know what I mean? Everything is about death, you know, killing,
Well,
killing
you
and
know,
drilling.
well,
Crazy.
that's what they pushing there. That's the agenda they pushing there.
Yeah, but how do we get back? And let's say a young lady right now, as we're speaking, let's say she's got a household of 4 children right now. And let's say the youngest boy is 9. And let's say the sister, one of the girls, is uh, 7. At what point do you get a hold of your children and start telling them and teaching them there's consequences and talking to them about real life stuff? Because if that little boy is 9 years old, why is he jumping off the porch when he turns 12? 11 or 12. At what point do you lose control of your children? At what point did these mothers lose control of the straight drops and the CEO Bobbies and the bang wangs? You see what I'm saying?
because I'm gonna tell you why. Because they thought it was cute when they out here doing this shit. Then when they come to your front door, it ain't cute no more. When your son got life in prison and you can't do shit about it, it ain't cute no more.
Yeah. But, when did they lose their kids? Because they weren't gang banging at 5 and 6 years old. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but sometimes they have old boyfriend hanging around, and them niggas really don't be liking the kids because they ain't biologically there. They just in it for what they can get out of it. These niggas grow up seeing these niggas being where they is, and they follow the trend because real daddy sorry ain't gonna step up and be where he need to be. Also, you become a different man, product of your environment.
Yeah, I just, wonder about that. I'm like, at what point do you lose your children to the streets? Because when I hear these young men, even in my city, so I jumped off the porch when I was 10. Look at Yummy Sandifer. At what point did this young man lose himself to the streets like that? Because he was a baby when he passed away, and he was a baby when he was rolling with the gangs. You know what I'm saying? And then after he passed away, you got his grandmama and his mama all on the camera, got their big face all up in the damn news camera. My baby. But where in the hell were you when your baby was alive? And how did it get that far? How did it even get to that point?
I mean, I mean, coming where I came from, we were jumping out of the pool. We wasn't drilling shit, but we would just have fun. Young niggas just living life and having fun and learning the way how to maneuver in the streets and vibe. And plus, we had OGs that weren't even gonna let us even get too far out of hand. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like they wasn't them OGs weren't going for that. You couldn't bring a whole lot of bullshit back to the hood and think it's gonna be cool. I could get what? And now your mama and grandma, nobody could say was them OGs, especially when they right. What that
Yeah.
nigga say?
Because I remember when I was growing up, shoot, them OGs like be sitting at the liquor store or be on the corner or something. Because, OGs, they get up early in the morning and go hang on the corner and get they sit on milk crates and stuff and pop they stuff. And they better not see you doing something.
Right, now get on your ass, we'll beat your ass, and then nothing nobody can say about it.
Yeah. I seen a plenty of neighborhood boys get snatched up in their collars by an OG back in the day.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
don't give a damn what that OG was doing in the streets. He better not see you doing it.
right. He gonna get on your ass, and if he keeps you doing, he gonna beat your ass, and ain't nothing nobody can say when he right, or if he don't
Yeah.
have no business. And see,
So,
that's what we missing in today's society, like because they like they took prayer out of school. You can't whoop your kid, but you know what I'm saying, and then and then when you really can't. The society got you so fucked up, you really can't do nothing. So you really can't do nothing but just let them go and hope they don't die. Because you're gonna be wrong if you do and wrong if you right.
well, I know when DCFS, what they call it, the Department Children Family People, when they started that crap, shoot, you still had some parents, die-hard parents that was riding with their kids that be like, I don't give a damn about no DCFS because if mine do wrong, I'm gonna whoop their butts and
Right.
try to come take them if you want to. But we just gotten to the point where it's like the kids run the households now. I
Yeah,
don't get it.
but because that's how society set it up. They know what they was doing. So that way, in that way, you can't do nothing with them. So get what's gonna happen to them? They either going to jail or they going to the grave.
Yeah, it's like,
Cause if you whoop them, you going to jail for child abuse. But now the streets gonna get a hold to him, and now you can't do nothing about it. So he either gonna get a life sentence in jail, or you gonna be paying for a funeral, and he gonna be the quietest motherfucker in the church. Because society tell you can't do nothing with the child that you brought into this world.
hmm. Let me tell you something. Cypress, should no body under 21, under 18 be coming home 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. Uh, and I know this for a fact here, a young lady here that's dealing with this with her son. Um, he is 14 years old. He comes home, when he feel like it, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, when he get tired of hanging out in the streets. I grew up with three brothers, and I'm gonna tell you something. My oldest brother, he tried my mother. He came home way after when the street lights came on. I think he came. It had to be about 10 something at night. She left him outside. She said, "You go sleep in the garage. You go sleep in the dog shed. You go sleep up under the back porch." Uh, she threw him a pillow, and I'll never forget this. She threw him a pillow and a blanket out the front door and told him, "Go back where you came from." Now, I mean, was that harsh? Was it cruel? Yes. Was she trying to teach him a lesson that you don't disrespect my rules? And as long as
Right.
you under my roof, you're gonna do what I tell you to do. I bet you he didn't try that crap no more. I bet you after the street lights, when the street lights came on, he was darkening that doorstep. I promise you that. So my point is that when you give a person an inch, they're gonna take a mile, right? And it ain't no different with kids. Kids gonna test the boundaries, they're gonna test the limits, right? And they're gonna
Right.
test your rules. And if you don't check them in the door at an early age, and when they first start with that crap, then you're gonna never get. Once you lose control, you're gonna never gain back that control.
Right. You lost. You lost.
Yeah, it's a lost cause at that point because then they become incorrigible. And once the child becomes incorrigible, and you just can't manage his behavior, and it's gotten to the point where you scared of your own kids, and you got to sleep with one eye open, one eye closed. Some got to give. He got to go. And instead of what these parents do is they allow these type of incorrigible children to still stay under their roof, uh, doing criminal activities, bringing all this dope in their house, all types of switches and poles and stuff in their house, all types of gang activity because you scared of your own kid.
Uh,
Yeah, you allow the daughter to have her no good boyfriend who you know ain't good for. You just allow it because you've been lost control, and you scared if you say something, that very kid that you birthed in the world gonna go upside your head.
and that's when the life insurance kick in. You put that in the box. You
Yeah,
really better once
you
they
said
get to
life insurance,
18.
huh?
Yeah, that when that kicks in.
But what happens when, and I hate to say it, in the black community, folks gonna be studying about paying that little $25 a month for life insurance. I bet you if you went through all these communities, black communities, you can count on one hand the families that got life insurance policies, right?
Not many, but not in Memphis.
Yeah, that's
They
true,
stay.
TT
They
Babe.
stay.
She said because
They,
they be getting high with their kids. They do, they want to be their kids' friend.
Mm-hmm.
You see the story, Tam, did you see the story the other day where the mother encouraged her son, 18-year-old son, no, he's 20, and the girl was 18 working at home, I think she was at Home Depot or something working. And she encouraged her son to go kill the girl and help them.
and he
Mm.
did it.
I
Yeah,
saw that.
yeah,
Yeah, I
doing
saw
crimes
that.
with your kids.
But more and more parents are. I've heard of other parents, pushing their kids up to do stuff like that. Like, it's like I said, it's something going on. But I would think a 18-year-old would at least have a mother that's in their late 30s or early 40s. Whereas, but mental illness is prevalent now.
That's true.
Mental illness is prevalent.
That's true. That's true.
But all right, y'all. I'm getting tired.
I know
I'm
because I thought you was asleep. I'm about to call your name again. I can say, Tam, wake up, Tam.
I haven't. I was asleep and I would wake up, and I was asleep and I would wake up. So
Okay, you doing a Cecilia tonight, huh?
yeah, I'm doing this for serious. Except I didn't do no snoring.
Love, love, and hugs to
I think
Cecilia.
I done, let's see, we've been on here 3 hours. I think I done dozed, and each time I woke up, I had energy. I think I done dozed off 3 or 4 times.
Because,
But each
honey,
time I
baby,
woke up,
Cecilia,
I had energy. I would start back to talking, and then I would get real asleep again. Now my bed is calling me. I can't hold back
yeah.
no more. I got to go get in the bed.
All right, sis, love you. Cypress, love you, honey. I'll talk to
I'll
you
let
all
you.
later.
I'll
All
let
right,
you.
love you too.
Okay,
Thanks.
all right.
All right, you guys. I appreciate you guys jumping on. Look, Cecilia on here. Cecilia, I didn't know you was on here. I didn't even see you in the chat. Um, but I sincerely thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. As always, I have a good time in the chat. We're able to talk about a plethora of subjects, okay, and have fun. Like I said, this is the real grown folks channel. We agree to disagree and keep going, but I had fun. I'm glad that we talked about all of those subjects. I was really, when I brought up the dating situation, I was really just kind of messing. I was really just kind of messing with Cypress because I knew he said he had like this love triangle. I was really just kind of messing with him, but um I do like to hear people give the different input on their situations, because I think we've all had situations, and you never know, you could definitely be helping somebody else. I think um as the person say, everybody kiss a few frogs or a few toads or whatever, until they finally get their prince or their princess, right? um which is a good thing. I was tripping off Demon. I was asleep, in and out of my sleep, but I was tripping off Demon when she said she could see somebody 3 to, I believe she said 3 to 4 times a month. And I got tickled by that, because I was like, dog, with my friends, I be wanting to see them every single day until I get tired of them. Every single day, spend the night sometimes, and then it go home. And then you know how that is, you start getting tired of them. You don't want to see them every single day. At some point it starts to wear off, right? But that's how I am. See each other every day, talk every day, and then until, but the only scary thing about that is that if they say something I don't like, it, it you know it could go from every day to nothing. Okay. So I think we all have stuff that we need to work, to work on. We all do. But anyways, you guys, I want to thank you all for tuning in. I got to go to bed because I'm fumbling on my words and everything because I'm tired. But I love you guys. I appreciate you guys being on here with me. Make sure you pray when you get off of here, and have a good night.